What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn. How you doing? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But yeah, we're here, ready to go. Oh, Coda, you got to take that form part of it out of there. Let me help you out there. There you go. Yeah, it is Tuesday. 1 week from today, I will be in Las Vegas at CES, so you can expect a very different streaming schedule next week. You notice you didn't hear me say I won't be streaming next week. This whole CES is going to be as much IRL streaming as I can manage. I mean, I'm going to be in buildings and trying to use mobile data to live stream. It's not going to be 4K. It's not going to be amazing, but it's going to be fun. At times. At times, it will be chill. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I have help. I have help coming with me, and a dear old friend who is getting back into the game and just wants to go along and carry the stuff. And he's like, "Hey, I'm your hands for this. Like, he's good. He's great at content creation and filming stuff. So it's going to be really, really cool. We got some kind of wacko plans with a few very cool people. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. I'm really trying to give myself some grace on this one and not try to come out with content before anybody, right off the bat and this and that. It's just too stressful. I just want to be able to enjoy myself and have y'all enjoy it as well without having to wait for content to come out. We're going to be going into booths and suites for all these different companies. There's going to be some stressful times in there where we're going to be, not stressful, but delicate times, I should say, where we're going to be trying to get some answers on how the industry is handling, some of the companies are going to be handling what's going on. But, we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to try to see if I can plan to chat with a few other content creators out there, see if they want to just chit-chat about it, because this is a time where we need to sort of like come together. This is going to be a rough year, not just for the industry, not just for consumers, but also for tech content creators. It's going to be rough. It is going to be legitimately be rough. So, anyways, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Exiled Wolf, how you doing? Kodo207 Gaming, welcome. Adrian8762, welcome in. I see you as well. Brain that convention like, I need pictures of Spider-Man. Actually, wasn't too bad. That was a pretty good. Pretty good impression. Over in YouTube land, what's going on, Steve? How you doing? Sailor X, welcome in. Sorry to hear about your car, but congrats on the new car, Sailor. Now now it's just another way to cruise, right? I'm movie nerding early. Shock. Wait, what? Movie nerding? Are you nerding about a movie? What's up? Robert, welcome. How's it going? Anton, how you doing? 8 watching, only 4 likes. Like the stream. Hey, we just got started, but I like the enthusiasm. I am curious, Anton, did you ever talk to that card shop? What did they say? I'm very curious about what they might have said. And if they said, nah, we're not sending any stuff out. See, to me, there's a lot of card shops, because sealed product has lost market value, that's gone down in price. There are some card shops who are divesting themselves of their stock. So not just like, to me, it makes sense to take some of that stock, and instead of just selling it, since it's lost some of the value, doing something like that can get eyes on a shop like that. And that, especially if it's not in monetary value as much as it used to be. Jay Moore, welcome. How are you? Hello. Is an RX 9070 XC a worthwhile upgrade from an RTX 3070? Since I don't have any details from you, like what you're trying to do with it, like if you're like, yeah, I'm trying to edit video, or I'm trying to stream, should I go from a 3070 to an AMD card? I might be like, it's an upgrade, but it's not as maybe as big an upgrade as 50 series might be. Yada yada. If you're just trying to game, it would be like, are you trying to game at 1440p? I mean, go for it. If you're trying to game at 4K, try to go for like a 5070 Ti. Oh, I mentioned the car might be a Christine or the Christine. Got it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Have you heard about the Arcane Spider-Man crossover? With great powder comes great responsibility. That's funny. That's good. One star is no product. The other says no. Okay, cool. Good to know. I had been wondering ever since. So like it's good for me to have an answer, whether it's a yes or a no. Yeah. I think we'll get some from the first or at the end of January. You don't have to get anything. Like here's what I'm going to do. While I'm up in Vegas for CES, I happen to know because I've watched some content of like Deep Pocket Monster going to Vegas. Like he went to do an event there and he was doing a challenge then. He went to a few shops. I'm going to go to those shops and I'm going to like, chat with them, see if they have stock, see what they got. Besides end of January, there's going to be release parties and stuff for Ascendant Heroes or something like that, whatever it's called. What's up, Braxton? Good to see you too. Welcome in. I've actually just started using the Form Natty. I just started kind of like while I was sort of waiting for everything to go live and I was just going in here sort of clicking off some of the cards that I have. And where it really helps is when I get new bulk, I can go to this for each card that I get and be like, is that already in here in my collection? And if no, then I sleeve it up and put it in there. Whatever the rarity is, doesn't matter. I sleeve it up. That's just how do you use binders properly. Gaming at 1440p, 144 hertz. 9070 XT is probably fine for you then. What are you doing at New Year's break? Plans for 12? Yeah, I'm going to be here live streaming. Unsended Heroes, yes. Also, Pokemon Day 2026. I wish I could be somewhere for that. That'd be really fun. Maybe I can IRL stream from a place that's not too far from here. Not too long of a drive. Yep, notice I had a few of them ticked. I'm just finishing updating the colors. Nice. And I do like the update where it highlights the Pokemon instead of crossing it out. I think that's cool. I think that was a good move. So yes. Annihilate, already got. So yeah, I'm basically going through this alphabetized thing and just crossing off the ones that I have. Okay, Applin would be a later. There you are. Arboliva is also later. That's Gen 9. This is cool because it's a little exercise in remembering what generation things are. Archaludon is Gen 8, I believe, or is it Gen 7? No, it is. Oh, that's right. Gen 9. It's the evolution one. That's right. From Draludon. Armarouge is Gen 9. Oh, that is a holo. That should go with those. But no. I put it in here on purpose because I already have a holo of it, I guess. And Aerocuda is. There we go. I see an Alcremie right there, so I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that, add it in. Since I'm on the A's right now. But yeah. I got to check something real quick. Since we seem to have enough chat right here, let me see something. Okay, I obviously need to make that larger, so let me do that. So because of how we're going to be editing it, I want to have chat in here. So that at any point, if we want to, we can show how you guys react to stuff. Shanala, what's up? How you doing? So as part of the editing, basically, if someone says something funny in chat, we can sort of scooch over and include that. I might make a new chat version because that's kind of pixelated. I had to expand it quite a bit, so it doesn't look amazing. Rurutu, what's up? Welcome. I was just working on the setup for ripping packs and also for shorts. So let's just make this a only have that one line there, so there's no weird curves or anything. I think that looks pretty good. I just think the formatting is a little weird. I'm gonna make a new chat for later things, but yeah. It's just energies. Not inviting myself, just asking. That's okay. I sent it here. Okay, right. I'll be locking up the warehouse tomorrow. Responsibilities of a supervisor and all that jazz. Someone's got to do it. It's important work. Okay, so yes, man, I can't wait to get started on the channel. So what you guys are probably going to see pretty soon is you're going to see the main YouTube channel name change. I guess I'm going to go ahead and do it. Change it to PC Gateway. And don't freak out. Don't unsub. It is a thing. It's going to be, there's going to be a community announcement in the YouTube, on the YouTube channel community thing. There's going to be announcements in the Discord, all of that. Also that I can just make a channel called Breathorn for Pokemon. Pokemon things of all kinds. Get the video games, the TCG. I'm not really going to talk about the anime, I guess. Why would I'm not? You know, that's fine. I haven't kept up with it, though. I really enjoyed Sun and Moon. That was a good. See, I used to watch it with my kiddo, but we don't watch that anymore. So, I've been a while. Not that I wouldn't watch it on my own. I mean, it's just anime, but it's just, you know, it was great. It was a great thing to sort of bond over. Been a while since I've been able to tune in. Glad to see you're still going strong. Thank you, Outlaw. Appreciate that. And don't worry, guys. We're still doing everything normally. We're still going to be doing, you know, the PC Gateway show thing is going to be the same thing, talking about pre-builts. We're still going to be, and I'm going to be adding more content to the YouTube channel where we're going to be diversifying into setup stuff. We're going to go into peripherals, monitors, things like that. The stuff that people can actually buy. That's going to be important. We are going to get to a point with RAM where you just, you know, there's a wait list and just things like that. That's going to be important to keep updated, but I do know that it's going to be very difficult for PC companies to send me PCs for review. And why would they put an investment into that when they can't sell the damn things? We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to ask as many SIs while I'm in Vegas. I want to ask as many of them as I can what they think about things, how they plan to move forward, what their plans are in general. We'll see how it goes. What new anime are you watching? Rurutu, currently we're caught up with Gachi Akuta, which is really, really cool. It's a great series. What about you guys? Any animes y'all are watching right now? I want Chainsaw Man Season 2. We all do. 100%. I guess there was a movie. I didn't watch that. Sucks because there's this content creator who does anime stuff who put up a short about Chainsaw Man and put out major spoilers, like right after the first 2 seconds of the short with no spoiler warning. I was like, dude, are you new to this? They had like 200,000 subs. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Do you know how many people just because you read the manga, it doesn't matter. Don't be like you got to consider that some people just enjoy watching the anime. They don't read manga. Yeah. Anyways, I like manga, but I'm not a big manga reader. Like it's, you I watched the sub version of the Sun and Moon anime and did not expect such an incredible banger song for one of the outro credits. I put it in the music channel. Oh, nice. Most recent anime I watched was a new season of Penny and Stocking. I still haven't caught that. I need to watch that. So cool that they did it in general. Okay. Do I have Bramblin in here? I do. Do I have Bramble-Gast? I don't. Well, wait, I'm doing this wrong. I'm supposed to save this stack for after I do the thing. Let me do this thing first. So, Bayonet. Bayleaf is going to be right here. Beautifly is... No, sorry, not Beautifly. Butterfree. Actually, Butterfree should be way farther back in that. Beware was Sun and Moon, I believe. Yep. Bisharp. Y'all say Bisharp or Bisharp? I guess Bisharp makes more sense because it's like a chess bishop, I guess. Because it's Pawniard Bisharp. I don't know why I would say Bisharp before. Boltund. Nice. Bouffalont. There you are. Bramblin. I'm just really just doing this. I'm sorry, guys. Once I started doing this and I saw how easy it was, I was like, okay, that's sick. I'm going to do this while we're hanging out. But how are y'all doing? What's going on? Me and my boyfriend were watching Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Yes! Yes! The GOAT! That is like a yearly watch for me. And there are very few shows that are that. Cowboy Bebop, Gurren Lagann. Sometimes I'll go back with Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, but that one is kind of, it's a long one. It's just whenever I've talked about this before. Because people have asked me things like, "What's your top 10?" things like that, which is don't do that to someone who's live. Okay, that's rough. That's a lot of thinking to do. But my answer to that is usually like it. However you're feeling, that should adjust your top 10. And to me, when I'm feeling down and I need some encouragement, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann goes up to like number 1. Row, fight the power. Chainsaw Man manga, so easy to read. Little fluff and downtime, just progression all the way. What's up, Kirara Yuki? How's it going? Gurren Lagann, Cowboy Bebop, and Space Dandy, the binge watch trio. Nice, I mentioned 2 of those. I've never watched through Space Dandy. I really want to. But yeah, what's up, humanity? How's it going? What is that? Who is that from? Raiden 36 RAM. Is that RAM? Is that supposed to be memory? Okay. Over in YouTube land, I haven't, let me see. DJ, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Good. Just been gaming. Nice. I want to say I watched the Linus vid with the Linux guy, so I'm trying to learn and find out about it. What's the big difference in speciality of it? It's an open source operating system. It is free, and you can get into the guts of it. There's all these different versions of it, distros as they call them, and but it works very differently from Windows. The guts are different from Windows, but it also, there's some distros that have a really nice GUI, and it's just all desktop-like experience that can help you kind of ease into it. So Ubuntu comes to mind. Chris Rodriguez, what's up? Is a 7700 CPU that will last me for a while? Doing what, Christopher? Doing what? If you don't say what you're going to use it for, I don't know. If you're trying to edit video or something, that probably not. I mean, it'll do okay, I guess. You got to tell me what you're doing. Gaming? Okay, what resolution are you gaming at? That kind of thing. If you're gaming at 1080p, you might end up benefiting from going with an X3D chip. If you're not gaming at 1080p, then if you're gaming at a higher resolution, 1440p 4K, it probably doesn't matter. There's Breloom. Bronzong. Oh, I can just look at the number. That's right. I know I have Bronzor as well. Badoo. And Baniri. It's funny. It's funny when you start doing this, you realize that there are more certain letters that have way too many Pokemon, that having the first letter. Gaming in 1080p, it'll last you for a while, I guess. Christopher, I mean, if you're trying to do competitive gaming, like esports, you're trying to compete, or the type of games that you play are first-person shooters, very high refresh rate, stuff like that. You may want to consider a faster CPU, something like if you have a Micro Center near you, you can probably find a 7600X 3D for a decent price. Look for that. As far as I know, there are some distros that even try to emulate Windows as best as possible to make the transition from Windows as seamless as possible. Ubuntu, yeah. I installed Bazzight on a second NVMe, pretty easy to use, but my motherboard has only one NVMe slot. Really? There are no NVMe to SATA enclosures, and all SATA SSDs near me are $100 plus for 1 terabyte. Okay, try here, hold up. M.2 to PCIe. There are some of these that that are like X1. Some of them are X4. This one, for no reason at all, is X16. It's not that fast, but these are very cheap. If you have a free PCIe slot, just do that. But there are M.2 enclosures that use USB Type-C. If you have a 10 or 20 gigabit per second Type-C connection, then you can use one of those, and they're actually quite fast enough to boot from and operate on. Now to collect account passwords and slowly migrate to Bazzight. Collect account passwords is a weird thing to say. What do you mean? Also, I know, right? Never noticed there are so many. There are only 3 Pokemon that start with X. It feels like there are so many much more. I know. PW Relena, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome. I want to let y'all know, every time someone comes in with a name and I take a second to read it and then I believe I say it correctly, I'm always hoping they come in and say, "Oh my gosh, you said my name right." There's a little point of pride for me if I do get it right. Sometimes I don't, and if I don't get it right, y'all got to let me know. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate that feedback. Wanted to run it by you, see what I said. Okay, that's all right. Just didn't understand why people chose it over Windows, but I get it now. Free and open source, probably modular, etc. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, Android versus the iPhone. Although Windows is not really a closed ecosystem, it's not open source and it's not free. Of course, Android phones aren't free, but That's the hardware, like the operating system. You can just download it and install it on stuff. I believe Android's open source too. Did they close it off? I know side loading is still a thing. I honestly I haven't been keeping track of it. I used to be really interested in following along with Android, but Google's just gotten worse and worse over time. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made it not open source. But I feel like it still is. Not much. Trying to solve a damn issue with this damn PC. Okay. Is it a pre-built or is it something you built yourself? It means they need to export CSV files from password managers or write them down so I can log inside Bazite. Fair enough. Got you. So, yeah. So you're using password managers. Got you. There are some sleeves that I got that were off-brand versus the Vault X ones, and they feel a little bit wider, and it drives me crazy. I should have just used all the same penny sleeves. Okay, going to C. And I'm like sitting on this, and it's driving me crazy. Oh, it's because I rolled over there. It was a pre-built, yes. Have you talked to the pre-built company? Most pre-built companies will give you tech support for free, like as long as you have the PC, for as long as you have that PC. That's usually step number one if you're having a consistent issue. You call the company, you get tech support. If it was within a year, and some SIs have longer warranties, they should be fixing it. When you buy a pre-built, you are doing so with the understanding that you're getting a warranty. Always look into that and make sure you know what you're getting so that when something like this happens, it is frustration-free other than a little impatience, especially if you have to send it in. And remember, whoever answers the phone, just come here. Whoever answers the phone did not do this to you. So my advice is to be polite and patient with them because tech support takes time and yes, patience. Okay? So be patient with them. This is a person whose job it is to help you out. But they're also a person who's at work at that time, just trying to do their best. I would hope so. I mean, if they're not doing, if it's obviously like, yes, whatever, yeah, okay. I mean, all you do is you will just do your part, you know, be polite, whatever, but say, can you send me an email with your response? Get emails of it, get records of however they're helping out if you feel like you're not getting good help. And then go to the Discord, my Discord, to the SI Testimonials channel. By what system integrator is it, by the way? What company was it? Anyways, I have an SI Testimonials channel where you can share experiences like this. And not just when they're bad, because everybody wants to do a review or whatever, like post a review or shout about it when they have a bad experience. Not enough people do it when they have a good experience. So you can share your experience under SI Testimonials by going through the list of channels there, and there'll be one for whatever the system integrator is. iBuyPower, Skytech, whatever company you bought it from, and you can let everyone know how they do. Well, you see, I cannot get Discord to work on this PC at all. That is my issue. So every other program is working. Only Discord is not working. Is that what you're saying? Observer of Thoughts, thank you for the lurk. Zintech, what's up? Ever had RAM die randomly after 7 years? Hi, Xandri, what's up? I don't know if I tracked the time, but I've had RAM die on me. Xandria, there's a very important lesson to learn when it comes to technology. And that lesson is everything works until it doesn't. 7 years is not bad for something that you're constantly running electricity through. As you might know, when you run electricity through things, stuff can happen. So 7 years, not too bad. It's just that having it die now, of all times, that sucks. But at least DDR4, which if it's 7 years, I imagine that's right around the time of DDR4. DDR4 has not reached the heights of the price hikes that DDR5 has hit. So replacing it shouldn't be a massive issue. It's just a little bit more expensive than it would be otherwise. It's been happening for about 5 weeks. It's only Discord. Reach out to Discord support via their website. If it's just one program, you've already done most of your troubleshooting, because troubleshooting is a process of elimination. You have to eliminate things that it's not before you can find out what it is. So if you know it's only Discord doing this, you need to reach out to Discord's tech support via their website. Try that. I certainly couldn't fix that for you. I'm not there. I'm not testing your PC. I couldn't tell you what the issue might be. Doing good. Glad to hear it. Never liked the idea of using password managers. Not sure how to evaluate how secure they are via sort of like via a reputable review is usually what you would do. Having passwords all written down in a physical notepad, because like if someone breaks into where I live and takes a hidden notepad, the point like you deserve it, I guess. Well, I mean, they also are maybe taking the device that you're using it on, I suppose. My motherboard's an H510. Yeesh. Okay, Kirayuki, just get a USB-C M. Well, actually, hold on. Let me look up if that motherboard even has a USB Type-C port. Because basically, that is an absolute, like budget motherboard. Okay. And you can tell that from the chipset. And yeah, I see where that PCIe slot is located there. It's right under where your GPU would be. And I don't see a USB Type-C port or a front panel header. Yep. This is why I don't like M-ATX motherboards. You should have more motherboard here and PCIe slots down here. That's what you're kind of giving up on when you go with a M-ATX motherboard. Did you pick this or was it in a pre-built? Too big. Don't spam my chat. Okay. PC part picker is obviously fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a part picking site. What is your what are you feeling might not be good about it? I get stuck in loop of loading. There are times where it will open up, but then over time it'll go back to being stuck. Yeah, that's I don't know. Was it working before? Oh, DDR4 is still stupid expensive. Just not take out a home equity line of credit. Bad like DDR5. Yep. So yeah, like basically exactly what I said. Yeah, it's just ugh, really? I have to pay twice as much for DDR4? That sucks. People trying to get DDR5 are like, I have to pay 5 times the price that what the hell? Yeah. And people love to come in and say, hey, when I bought my RAM 3 months ago, it was $120. Now it's $650. I'm like, cool story. I know. It has a 3.2 Gen what through my case IO. That's 5 gigabit per second. And while you can run an operating system off of that, it's not going to be great, but you can do it. I bought it because it was the only LGA 1200 motherboard I locally available. The CPU is from a pre-built Indeed. Okay. Well, what are you going to do? You know, that's the thing is like when you are getting a motherboard like that, you're foregoing things like, you know, connectivity, power delivery, VRM cooling, storage, to just get a PC that works. So on that, you're probably just going to have to choose your fighter. You know, pick your poison, pick an operating system. And if you can, well, before they get like insanely expensive, because they've just gotten, again, DDR5 is what has outpaced everything else. Storage is getting there though. If you want to get a larger drive, you can partition that drive and have multiple drives in there and have multiple operating systems. If you get like a 4 terabyte or a 2 terabyte M.2, you can do that. Up to you. Also, you could do a riser cable for your GPU. Yes. I don't know that I'd do a riser cable for an X1, but yeah, you know, either way. It's 10th and 11th gen. It's right there. Reboot 2. Yo, Lux, what's up? Thank you for the lurk. Hold up. Oh, cool, cool. Hey, how about that? An anonymous gifter just gifted a tier 1 sub to Luxitizer. Let's go, nerds. Love those anonymous gift subs. Lux, welcome to the swarm. Yeah, if you're gonna be the goated lurker in this community, you're not gonna be lurking through ads. That's not happening. Drifting for life. How's it going? Hi, greetings. What's your thoughts on a Ryzen 5 5600 and a 6600 RTX? What? A 6600, an RTX 6600. What? No, it's a 6600 XT. An RX 6600 XT. Is that what you wanted to type there? Well, the first one is a CPU, and I think the second one is a GPU. Drifting for life. Thanks, Anonymous. I do have turbo, but hey, emotes. I literally did that, Lux, because you used the non-animated lurk emote. Empire of Noise, welcome in. Z-Manscar, how's it going? Welcome. Happy almost New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Wednesday, tomorrow night. I'm streaming tomorrow night. Yeah, true. Well, I mean, Windows is pretty universal. Yeah. Observer thoughts. What's up with you? I hope you're doing well. Girl just got the 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro. Okay. Yeah, at least it's not lightning anymore. Tech Grant, welcome. How's it going? Just streaming. While also, I got everything booked for CES. So I'm excited about that. Have you ever been to CES, by the way? If you're focusing on short form content, going to events like that is goated for that. It's really good for that. But it's tough. It's tough to pay the expense. When I was getting going on the channel, the way that I made all of my connections with all of the companies was in person. Screw sending emails, and like forget waiting for them to discover you. I put myself in front of people, said, "Hi, I'm becoming I'm a full-time content creator now. That yada yada yada, this and that." And, growing this, and I'm here. When you show up, it sort of gives a feeling of seriousness. Like you're serious about what you're doing. No, this will be my first time. Oh, you're going to CES. Cool. We should say hi to each other over there. Would love to go to CES. It is fun. And I'm going to be doing IRL streaming most of the time over there. But yeah. Make sure, Tech Grant, that you stop by Bits Power while I'm there with Splave, so you can meet Splave. Alan is a really cool guy. And so is Sonic 1000 for the $2 super chat. Let's go, nerds. Said, happy holidays, Bray, and everyone. Happy holidays right back at you. Thanks, buddy. Are your walls painted that color, or are they white and you have a bunch of RGB? I have 3 lights that do that. They are Govee outdoor floodlights that I attach to the ceilings. I have them set to very low settings. I can bump them up if I want. It's just on my phone. But I have them, it's 4 lights actually, because this setup has its own. But that hasn't been a setup right there for a while. It's just a table for stuff. And I'm going to be changing that because that's going to be a multi-purpose gaming setup for filming videos, but also I'll be able to move the monitor out of the way and do Pokemon content. That, or I'm going to change it up here to where I'm doing Pokemon content here, which makes more sense because I stream here. Who knows? Who knows how we're going to do it? I've never used Jawa. Don't know what the experience is there. I mean, I've heard good things. Me and Matt are going to meet up. Which Matt is that? I know a few Matts. Sorry. You got it. Yeah, there's a which one are you talking about? Okay, I was doing C. I got to Cerulege. Oh, no. Okay, let me start from scratch here. Cacturn. 951 Capsicid. Carcoal. Carvana, which sounds like that car purchasing thing. Celebi. Santa Scorch. This is fun. This is so much fun just filling this out. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I could do it like this. You guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know why that's sort of... Oh, here, I just got to do this. Matt Miller. Oh, okay. Cool. What's up, Angry Beaver? How's it going, buddy? Brad, it's time for me to work on another real-time consuming part of the forum. Check page A to see how it's going. Okay, I'm going to finish C, and then I'm going to do that. There's so many in C. It's crazy. How many? 86 Pokemon in C alone. 851. All right, I already did Santa Scorch. Okay. Chandelure. 609. Nice. Okay, I have that. What I'm probably gonna want to add at some point, Natty, is a thing to show whether it's a full art or a holo or a common or something like that. Maybe a drop-down menu thing with those three, with whatever options there are for those certain cards, or just have a radio button or the check mark thing. Just so I can keep track of how many of the cards have been like sort of like or EX. EX would be another one. EX would be another one. But that doesn't really work because EX is what I should do is I myself should go in over time for any for any of the cards that are not commons and make a link to where to like a thing for that, a page for that card. Where was I? I lost my place. Charmander. That's going to be right at the beginning. Number 4. Chi-Yu. Right at the end. Last one. Sweet. Chikorita. What a weirdo. Chikorita, kind of creepy. Why is it smooth? Weird Pokemon. If you're a Chikorita fan, I'm sorry. Can you really blame me? Meganium. It's better. Better. Great, it's going well. How's the fam? Good. Good. Yeah. We're enjoying the holidays. It's always rough when I have travel coming up because it's rough being away from home. But, you know, it's something that we're sort of used to. And I always, like when I'm away, I call every day, text and everything, and I make sure everything's fine. And that Ari knows that I'm thinking about her and check in with everything, make sure everything's fine. So yeah, you know, that's part of it. Cinderace. Oh, Cinderace is Gen 8. There we go. Just look at the number, dude. You'll be a lot faster at this. I have a lot of C. A lot of C's. 366. Okay, I just got to do that. Forget the name. Forget whatever. Just, here we go. Clamperl. Clauncher is 692. I just don't want to be holding these in my hand for the whole time. So I just need to finish this so I can put them up. Then I'll check page or the first page or A. You want me to check A? 693 is Clawitzer. Colossal. Corfish. This is fun, right? We're having fun. I'll check the list to see if anyone's filled out the form here in just a bit. Once I finish this, I'm not doing this the whole time. I was just really testing out this spreadsheet and giving it a shot. That's Corvus Squire. Don't have a Corviknight yet. It's speaking of Craw Daunt, it is a bit Craw daunting to think of how many of these I need to get. Pat, what's up? I got the dad jokes too, or the puns. How many of these I need to catch? Good Lord. 453. There we go. Krogunk. Crocalor, Gen 9. Crustle. Beautyfly. Cyclizar, 967, of course, Gen 9. Literal Motorcycle Lizard. Oh, did I not have Ceruledge in here? I do. Yeah. Okay, that's... Okay, those I don't need. Okay, let me just put these over here. Wait, though. Hold on. I do need to have the Ceruledge in my actual things if I'm going to count it. Because the Ceruledge I had... Yep, there we go. Okay. See, that's the problem. Oh, wait. I think I have a Hollow Ceruledge. That's why I counted it. No, that's a Charcadet. Okay. And that means I can swap this Charcadet for a Reverse Hollow one. Because that's a regular one. There's so much to this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then Ceruledge goes in here. Okay, let me put these up. Okay. Boy, I hope y'all are having fun. I know I am. Okay, let me see. So you said to take a look at page A. Oh, nice. What does this take me to? Oh my God. Oh, that's so sick. So I can literally go here and pick out the one that I have and then put that link for it right next to it, right there. That is so cool. Or I can just check values of all the cards. That's very, very cool. I like that a lot. You're working so much on this. And you're like, oh my goodness, a gifted sub? Come on. Yeah, a gifted sub. Okay. Okay. Let me open my list here. And let's take a look. I know someone said they were filling out the form. I hope you're still here. We are going to be helping out tonight. Okay, Coda 207 Gaming. Where you at? Let's get you taken care of. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Coda. No. Coda. You're not going Build Redux or Digital Storm. No. Neither of those, please. Please tell me you didn't leave while I was doing all that boring stuff. You're still here. Okay, good. No Build Redux, no Digital Storm. Build Redux used to be pretty good a couple years ago. They've been in decline ever since. Most of their PCs are sold in a case that has crap for airflow. It just looks pretty because it has that fish tank style, but the airflow sucks. Unlike many other fish tank cases, they just restrict the airflow like crazy. The parts you can't see behind the fans are mostly metal, like with little slots in it or little holes in it. It's ridiculous. Like it's like 70% metal. I did an unboxing. You should go back and watch that and skip to the part where I'm talking about the airflow so you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, even in the side panel, they have perforation in the side panel for the side intake, and it's way smaller than what it should be for 120 millimeter fans. The thermals were terrible. It's bad. Digital Storm is not great. I mean, if you're looking for boutique, you have way better options. What Digital Storm does is they will sneak in low price, like low cost tech for like your storage and your RAM and stuff like that, and call it their own performance series or whatever. It sucks because people will choose other hardware, but if they stick with the default, they're actually going to have a bad time. And there was a time where after making a pretty harsh video about this, I went to ACES and I was in the elevator. Apparently, the guy introduced himself, one of the C-suite at Digital Storm. And I was like, okay, cool. Have you seen my content? And he was like, yeah. I was like, let me know if you want to chat about it. I'd be happy to. Like, I really would. Because I don't want them to shut down and have people lose their jobs and have customers lose their warranties. I genuinely want companies to get better. They never reached out to me. Yeah. So, Coda, we got other options that are going to be way better for you. Yo, Kiriyuki. I'll do the thing for that. Kiriyuki, thank you for the 115 biddies. Let's go, nerds. Thank you for that. Not sure what that was for, but I appreciate it. I mean, also, I know you did it's right here. You also did the $2 dono the other day. I appreciate you. Thank you for throwing some support over my way. I don't mind building if needed. No, Coda, you don't have to build. It's just pre-builts are fine. It's just don't go with a bad system integrator, or rather, okay. Before I actually say Digital Storm is straight up bad, like Build Redux has become bad. Like they're bad now. There's no getting around it. There's only one PC they sell that has any airflow, and that's in like the case they used to use that has a mesh front panel. Like I reviewed that PC, and I was just like, here you go. I sent that thing back to them. I told them, hey, y'all need to fix this, redo the tooling, whatever. And they said that they were going to. I don't think they ever did. And then they took away all customization because they used to be able to customize on Build Redux. Now they say that, no, listen, if you're looking for customization, you don't need that. You don't know better than we do. And while in some cases that could be true, screw you. Just have some pre-configured options and have your configurator. What's wrong with you? I appreciate that, Kiryuki. Thank you. I did just notice, because I don't honestly stare at my viewership, at my viewer count very often, but I do realize that my viewer count did drop when I was just sorting Pokemon cards. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I will stick to just opening packs when it comes to Pokemon stuff. I'm not going to do that here. I'm very sorry. I get it. Like that does make sense. These are some good EXs that I got. This is what I got last time. It was the Mega Dancy EX and the Rotom EX. These were pretty good. I didn't have either of those Pokemon, so that is good to have. But anyways, let's get back to this. So what you're here for. Hear me yap about computers and computer companies. Computers and computer accessories. What's up, Build a Burr? How's it going? Gonna say AMD 7000 encoder video encoder is bad. The AV1 is nice. From what I understand, 9000 series it got better. I have a 9070 XT now that I could test. I just haven't had the time to do it. It just took forever for me to get it, and it wasn't from AMD. AMD did not send that to me. Apparently now, I have someone at AMD who will send me hardware when I need it. But it just takes too long to get it otherwise. Okay, so let's get a few things straight here real quick. Coda, you're doing gaming and streaming. Awesome. 3,500 to 4,000. Let me ask you this. What is your actual maximum amount of money dollars you can spend? Not a range. Not, 3,700 to 3,900. No. Give me a solid number of a cap, a max amount you can spend on your PC, and we'll do our best not to go above that, and we'll get close to that, basically. So what's the max amount? 9000 series are good. I remember way back when the Alchemist cards are going to come out from Intel, and we knew that they were going to be first AV1 cards to market, first AV1 encoding to market. And if you know Epos Vox, Addy, I was like, because he showed a picture of one, or he had one, and I was like, okay, are you going to do a dual GPU setup with just a basic art card, basic Alchemist card and Arc Alchemist card in there just for AV1? And he was like, stay tuned. And I was like, this is an exciting time. And well, here we are. $4,000 max. Perfect. Okay. And you are looking to do gaming and streaming in 1440p. I've got good news. That's not a problem. You will be able to do that. You are looking at price to performance. Okay. I will stick with that. We'll start with Skytech. We'll go there. They've been the price to performance kings, like not even close. But you easily could go boutique if you wanted to. The difference is going to be in the buying experience, ownership experience. You're more likely to be able to actually, if we go to Skytech, we could do a parts. We can pick the parts. I want to be able to get you a motherboard with lots of I/O, which is what's important when it comes to streaming. What's up, Peckish? How's it going? Welcome back. Sky the Cow, welcome. How are you? A380 video encoder is really good. Yeah, and you could just have that in another PCIe slot, have that dedicated for encoding. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Use it for company podcast with a low profile card. Very nice. Yeah, that's the thing is like people underestimate Arc cards, Arc Alchemist and Battle Mage cards for dedicated encoding because of the AV1 encoder. It's really good, actually, from what I understand. Okay, so let's go to... Sorry, I had to fix my overlay before I started stream. Let's get rid of that motherboard. We're going to go to... We'll go to Skytech. And maybe what we'll do is do a custom PC. What did you say about how quick you want to get it? Within 2 weeks. That might be possible, maybe. So here's the thing. With Skytech, if you're spending more than $1,400, actually do this. Actually fill this out. Put in your email. You're going to give them your email anyway if you're buying a PC from them. So yeah, if you're coming here to buy the PC I'm about to recommend, fill this out. Get your $50 off coupon in your email because it stacks with my discount code. So you can get both discounts. And it goes for either their pre-built or pre-configured systems or their custom PCs. So, might as well, right? And if you close this by accident, you can't see it, but it'll pop up down here. You can't see it right now because it's not there, but also it'll pop up down there. So, if we're gaming and streaming, let's look for something with 9800X 3D and a 5070 Ti or 5080. With a $4,000 budget, 5080 is not a problem. We're going to look through the pre-configured systems first because it is cheaper to get their pre-configured systems. RAM prices are starting to affect Skytech as far as I can tell. Oh, what did you want for the color of the system? You want it in black. Okay. This is so sad to me because I really like building white systems, but what are you going to do? So there's the O11 Vision. Now, I'm not going to recommend this one. The 9900X 3D is, in terms of gaming, actually inferior to the 9800X 3D because when you turn on a game, the 9800X 3D just acts like normal. It's 8 cores, 16 threads. When you turn on a game with a 9900X 3D, it becomes a 6-core CPU, which is just objectively worse. So we don't do that. Now, I know this is not a black PC, but let's take a look at this because this is way below budget. Actually, no. Wait, unless it has that motherboard. Hold on. If it actually has the motherboard pictured here, which it might not. This is actually a really good one for streaming. It's the motherboard I'm using in my streaming system right now. But it doesn't specify. So it just says X870. And this motherboard is an X670E. So it's not going to be that one. But 4 terabyte Gen 4 storage, 64 gigs DDR5 6000. That's crazy. That's $900 worth of RAM right there. Okay. A 5080 and a 9800X 3D. Skinny Bacon, what's up? Would you recommend for a budget PC using a toaster as your PC case? Nope. I appreciate your very serious question and for you expecting a very serious answer. Really good. I bought a new Insane monitor because the other one I got was... Well, congrats on the new monitor. Yes, bread RAM. I can consider a white build. I mean, I would too for this. The only thing I don't like about this is that it has a 5080 and an 850 watt power supply. You don't need to do that. Like, let's keep this in mind. But we're going to go to the custom PC builder, see if we can pick our own motherboard. Because if you're gaming and if you're streaming, your motherboard just got much more important than just a gaming system. Okay? I'll explain a little more in a sec. Let's get started. Now, one cool thing about this, if you custom select your parts and have them do a custom PC for you, you can select to have them build the PC live on their stream so you can be there for it. So you can watch it being done. So you can chat with the builder, ask questions, all of that. Pretty cool. 9900X. Get that out of here. Get it out. What are you doing? Oh, there's no 9800X3D selectable here. The 265K is available, though, and it's on sale for less than a 9900X. This is actually a really good setup, but that's unfortunate. The 265K is what I have. Oh, that's a 265K. That's what I have in hold on. In this. Hold on. You can't see it. In the PCB right there. That's my main editing rig. It's fantastic. If you're going to start streaming and you might decide, hey, I want to also edit video and stuff, the 265K is the best deal right now. Hands down. On the market. Period. But you're not going to have upgradability like you would with socket AM5. But yeah, this is tied for second. The 265K is tied for second best Adobe Premiere Pro video editing CPU. And it costs a third of the one it's tied with. It costs 1/3 the price of a 9950X 3D. Unless it's on sale, I guess. Anyway, really good deal, but you don't have to go for that if you don't want Intel. Anyways, and you're not gaming at 1080p. Let me ask you this real quick. Coda, what type of games are we talking about playing at 1440p? How are they doing on RAM here? Let's see. Not bad. Let me see what the 64 gig kit costs. That's not bad. It sucks. Like that should maybe be $100 more, $120 more, but it's not bad. All things considered. Again, 64 gig kits, you see some of them going for $900. This one would be about $550. Forza, GTA, American and Euro Truck Simulator, BeamNG Drive. Okay. So you don't need the performance of an X3D chip. If you said Call of Duty or something, some games still benefit from a higher end CPU. And I don't know about BeamNG Drive or Forza. But there's not many games that at 1440p or 4K still need a really fast CPU. At that point, your GPU is pulling most of the weight. So you can do what I did and just go with the 265K. It's 20 cores of a powerful CPU, and the performance is equivalent to the previous i7 with way better temperatures and lower power draw, which is actually it got steamrolled because everyone in CPU reviews just tests games at 1080p because they have to. That's how you can see differences in gaming performance between CPUs. But that says the whole story right there. If you go above 1080p, it doesn't matter. I was looking at the wrong camera again. It doesn't matter. If you're above 1080p, most games are not going to be CPU dependent anymore. At 1080p, you know your GPU is still very important. Your CPU is also important. Okay, but above that, it's mostly GPU, except for a few exceptions. Okay, so you can go that route. It's a fantastic CPU. I've been using it. I have done some gaming on that system. I have done a lot of video editing, and it runs amazingly. Kind of want to max out Cyberpunk 2077 and install photorealism mod. Curious to know what gear I'd need for that. It would probably be 5080, 5090 for that. Cyberpunk 2077. And also, they've made it to where, since the latest updates, it is actually more CPU dependent than it used to be. So a solid CPU too. So X3D CPU and a high-end NVIDIA card for photorealism. So let's just throw one together. We'll do an now you could go with the 7800X 3D, to be clear. You could do that. But you know, what? Okay, we can't do that. They have only a crappy motherboard for this. I'm going to yell at Jeff. Jeff, I'm going to yell at you. All right, 7800X 3D, sure. Tons of motherboards. Of course. Let's take a look at this motherboard. I know it's a white motherboard. Okay, I know that. But look at that. Thank you, Asus. You actually did a good job. I wish this was 5 gig, but it's not that expensive of a motherboard in comparison to the ones like... I mean, honestly, it could be 5 gig. It should be. But this is actually pretty solid. 9 USB Type A's. All of them fast. That's pretty cool. With these 5 being 10 gigabit per second, these 4 being 5 gigabit per second. You have Wi-Fi 7, though if you're streaming, use Ethernet. If you're streaming, connect directly to your router or gateway if it's a router modem combo. You have dual USB 4, so 40 gigabit per second USB Type-C that also do DisplayPort, and 10 gigabit per second USB Type-C. SPDIF and a couple of audio jacks there. Don't use this DisplayPort. Do not use this HDMI. You do have clear CMOS and BIOS flashback right there. This is pretty solid, but there's a big question here. Okay, that I have a problem with that for a streaming PC. This right here, I like to have at least 2 PCIe slots at the bottom for a streaming motherboard, for a streaming PC. This one only has 1. It's not going to have bifurcation because of that, at least in the PCIe slots. Let's see what they did here. I might take you somewhere other than Skytech because of their motherboard selection. It's not very good, honestly. It's okay. Okay. Oh. Wow. That's terrible. Asus, never mind. I clapped for them earlier. Well, more like it's clapped out. M.2.2 shares bandwidth with the first PCIe slot. M.2.3 shares bandwidth with the second PCIe slot. There's only 2 PCIe slots. That leaves you, if you want to use both of those, and yes, you might want to use both of those for either a capture card, an internal capture card, or something like this additional USB card that's PCIe. These are very inexpensive. They don't require extra power. They have controllers right on there. These are way better than a hub. And as you go on with streaming, as you get more into it, you're going to get more devices to make your streams easier to run and more entertaining to watch, because it's easier if you just swap scenes, do effects, sound effects, things like that. And you need things for that. DJ, what's up? I haven't ripped any packs yet. I'll do that after I help with this, after I finish with this PC, because I wasted a lot of time at the beginning of the stream just sorting cards, which is, yeah. That was my thought as well, looking at tier list, but I trust you a lot. Figured I'd put it out there. Yeah. Not for, honestly, you know what? Angry Beaver, I'll go ahead and just try that myself. I'll try it, let you know how it goes. I've always kind of thought about doing that, but I hadn't played Cyberpunk in so long. Okay. So this isn't working for me. And this one, we don't know what motherboard's in there. But it's likely you're going to have a motherboard that's going to have better PCIe slots. It's just not guaranteed. So, oops, we're going to go to... Where can I customize? This Mikey could probably cover this. It's hard to get a price on the RAM like you get here. Let me look at the other motherboards that are here real quick. Hold on. No, I'm not going to do the Riptide. Although it didn't have any problems with 7800 X3Ds, just 9800 X3Ds. Okay, so let's talk about the Carbon, the X870E Carbon. This is a good motherboard, but here's what you need to know, okay? Here's what you need to know. You actually have insane I/O on this thing. I mean, it's really, really good. It's the same number of USB Type A's, but they're all 10 gigabit per second. You have dual Ethernet with one of them being 5 gigabit per second. Wi-Fi 7, 4 USB Type-C ports, 2 of them being USB 4, 2 of them being 10 gigabit per second. Really good I/O on this. And yes, you do have 2 PCIe slots, but here's what you need to know. This one right here, you can't really use it if you have a powerful GPU in the first slot because these are linked together. If you want to get all your bandwidth out of this slot, you don't want to use the second one, okay? You can use the bottom one for an internal capture card or an add-in card for more I/O, stuff like that. Let's take a look at the storage. I don't remember what the... Okay. Okay, this has... Oh, that's the slots. Okay, where's the storage? So it's 4 M.2s. There's one of them that you can't use. So it's not like the Asus one where you can only use 2 PCIe slots without shutting down stuff on the motherboard. This one has 1 you can't use out of 3. It's that second PCIe 5.0 one. It's, of course, that's sharing bandwidth. It's PCIe 5.0. So don't use that second slot. Just use 3 of them, and you're good to go. That's totally fine. I can work with that. So you only use the bottom PCIe slot, not the second from the bottom, only the bottom one to put an add-in card. If you're going to put in depending on what you're doing, if you're doing something like running multiple cameras that are nice mirrorless cameras, you need a card that can do HDMI in. You don't want lag on that. You don't want to have any kind of... You get something like a CamLink Pro that requires a PCIe slot. It's really not mine. I've been using these for years since they came out. Awesome cards. But you need 4 lanes of PCIe. This will do it. Actually, let me double check that. Yep. Yep. 4. Okay, so there you go. That's the one that's coming in my Alexander build, I think. Nice. You're going to love that thing. Also, I messaged by Discord as a placeholder, so when you do, you'll be able to let me know. Sound okay? Yeah, absolutely. Also, let me know what mod it is that you're planning on using so I can use the exact same. I thought Wi-Fi is 5-something hertz nowadays. It's like tradition unless you live in like a good place for the newer 7. It's not about where you live. You can have any hardware you want, and Wi-Fi 7 doesn't really denote the range anymore, the frequency range. I think that's 6 in the 6 gigahertz range. Am I saying that right? I haven't looked at networking stuff in so long. But yeah. So why would that Mobo have a 2.5 Ethernet port? Oh, you're talking about you're talking about 5 gigabit per second Ethernet, not Wi-Fi. That's a hardline connection. You're mixing them up. Okay, just to clear that up, DJ. Check it out. All right. This is for plugging in with a hardline Ethernet connection. Okay, and you have dual in case you have something like a local network attached storage or NAS. Okay, a NAS drive or something like that. The Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi 7. That is the latest standard for Wi-Fi. But the 5 gigabit per second is going to be the fastest Ethernet port. I personally have 5 gigabit internet. So my internet connection overall is 5 gigabit. So in order to reach the highest potential for speed, I need something like this. My current motherboard on my main system has 10 gigabit. So I'm totally good. I would go with this motherboard. We can proceed if we do this one. Memory. There we go. 64 gigs because streaming and gaming, and I don't know if you might throw Tarkov in the mix. Why not? It's not a bad price. You can probably get away with 32 gigs, but yeah, you have to run your system the right way for that. And we were looking at, I would say for what you're doing, a 5070 Ti would be perfect and perfectly fine. But we are comparing this to the one that had the 5080. So let's try to get you a 5080, okay? And get you a 1000 watt at least on the power supply. I think this was actually surprisingly really good on the ASRock power supply. I'm going to double check that. Let me check this one too. Okay, let me go to my source here for the PSUs and the PSU tier list. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, ASRock is killing it with the power supplies. Like every one of their power supplies is either B plus or higher. And it's only one B plus. It's A or A pluses all around. That's crazy. Because they're priced really well too. Not as well as the Montech ones, to be clear, but it's very, very good. So heck, we can go with a 1000 watt, or we can go, wait, what's a Steel Legend here? It was, right? Yeah. SL 1000G that's the B plus. Let's put an A in there, or an A plus. That's an A for the PG 1300G. That's down here. That's a 1300 watt power supply. To be clear, if you decide down the line, like, oh, I want the 6090, the RTX 6090 or whatever, this will power that. And let's make your primary drive. Do they not have? Hold on. They're not showing any Gen 5 drives here. I don't know why. Let's at least put a 4 terabyte in there. There you go. 4 terabytes. You wanted a black PC? Let's get a black case. King 95 in black. Absolutely gorgeous case. Let me ask you this real quick. Coda. Do you prefer the fish tank style, or do you want like a just, you don't care about the looks, you just want front mesh? What you said in your form was that for that you don't want too much RGB. Understandable. So do you want the fish tank style or mesh front panel? Glass or mesh on the front? Which do you prefer? Skytech, and if you're like, well, I want better airflow. Skytech's not going to sell you a PC that can't breathe. Don't worry about that. We're a long way from worrying about that kind of stuff. Darity, what's up? How you doing? How you been? Yeah, I don't know much about the network, my bad, but the Ethernet 2.5 is probably not good. It's fine. Most people don't have anything higher than 1 gig Ethernet, 1 gig internet overall. Open to the fish tank. I've done the mesh, so might as well change it up. Okay. Do you have... How much space do you have on your... That's the wrong button. Why did it do that? Hold on a second. That was weird. Do you have a lot of space on your desk? Like, how much horizontal space do you have on your desk? Let's ask it that way. And don't put this on the floor, please. As a favor to me, don't put your PC on the floor. Just talking to Mike from Thermal Take real quick. I'm trying to get permission from as many reps as possible to stream from their, like, be streaming when I get to their booth and walk around. Okay. Yo, what's up? Simple Green, how you been? That's okay. We're still here doing the thing. Not on my desk, but my desk has a slot for the PC to go in. Okay, Coda, I'm going to tell you right now, those usually do not have good airflow. I would not put a high-performance PC in that. What you can get things like little platforms for a PC that have wheels on it that lift it up off the floor. That could be a thing. Or get like a side table that's strong enough to hold it. But the reason I asked is because dual chamber cases like the King 95, like this one here. Hold on, let me... Wait, update what? Okay. So cases like this that have fans on the bottom mean they can't have the power supply on the bottom. So they have a separate chamber on the right, making them wider. Okay? So you do need to have enough horizontal room for that. And it is, with the extra glass, it's heavier too. If you're not sure about it, we could just go with something like this that has the Montec XR. They don't have it in black. Never mind. I'm trying to hook up with... You know what? Also, the Infinite would be nice too. The Lenkel 217 Infinite would be sick. This is also a really cool case. Look at that. So this is glass front, but you can't see through it. And it's just front airflow. Like, you have tons of airflow with this thing. This is also narrower because the power supply goes in the bottom. We might want to go with this one. It would look pretty cool, I think. I have a PC with a glass side panel that I never see because I don't have nearly enough space to keep it on my desk. Okay, Natty, get it off the floor, please. Especially if you have carpet. Don't put it on carpet. Gary, how's it going? Welcome. Okay, that's good to know about it being well enough and how most people don't have over 2 or 2.5. Got you now. My bad. Sorry, Britt. No, don't worry about it. That's okay. DJ, you can ask any questions you need. Destroyer, what's up? Hey, first time watching stream on YouTube. Wish I would have known you sooner. Bought a pre-built early December, but I have till the end of January to return, but I love it. What company did you buy it from, Destroyer? Zach plays next. What's up? How's it going? Is there any pre-built companies you'd recommend a 4090? 4090s are not a good deal. Most 4090s cost like 80% more than a 5080 that can perform similarly, although it has less VRAM. And most people don't need 24 gigs of VRAM, to be clear, if you're just gaming. Okay? But from a 3050, yes, that's a big upgrade. Zach, let me ask you a question. Have you checked out the description of the stream yet? Because it says there, if you're looking for PC help, please fill out this form. It'll put you on this list right here because I am currently helping somebody right now, but that'll put you in line to get some help right after that. Okay? I made a platform for mine. I don't see the guts. It faces the wall, which is why I'd like to wall mount my upgrade. Nice. That would be cool. It's not on the floor. I have one of those old school computer desks, and it's on the bottom slot meant for computers to go in. Those have bad airflow. Most of them. I don't know what desk you have. I don't know what the inside of that chamber looks like, but most of them have crap airflow. Ember's Dream said RAM prices, though. That's real. That's real. Ooh, they got the BF360. All right, that's it. I want you to get this case. Coda, this is a dope case. It's so good. It's actually super good. Here's the thing, Coda. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick this case right here because it's actually sick. You can change it to whatever you like once you get the link. We got to change the cooling. Like, look at this. We're still way under budget before stacking coupons. What is it? The motherboard works in here. What are you talking about? Are they saying that you can't put this motherboard in here? Okay, never mind. All right. Lenkel 217 it is. Fine. What is going on? What do you mean? Is this thing EATX? It's not. Besides, these can handle EATX. All right, King 95. All right, cool. Fine. What? Okay, that's just dumb. It's just a glitch. Forget it. We'll do whatever case you want. Any one of these can fit EATX except, the North XL can too. So which is fine. It's fine. If they have a problem with it, they will email you. The cooler. All right. I wouldn't do necessarily a screen on the cooler if you don't have a fish tank case. So I would just stick with the... No, I'm not going to go with that. Go with that. There you go. That's it. That's your build. There you go. Now, as for the warranty, you can choose because you have, like, we're taking a big fat chunk off of this price with both my discount code and that $50 one that you're going to have, okay? So you can actually spend some of that on the 3-year refundable protection program. Sounds pretty good to me. It includes everything, parts, labor, shipping, everything like that. Could it be the builder is busted? Probably. Looks like an all-black fractal North, kind of, except one thing about the case that I really love is the fact that it's not wood, it's not regular plastic. This is a stone-like finish, and you won't find that on any other case. It looks super sick in person. Obviously, it's not stone. We know that. But I saw it in person at Computex, and it was super dope. I made a video on it. It was part of the video, anyway. This is not going to let me add it to the cart. You must be joshing me right now. All right, you know what? O11 Vision. It'll look dope. It'll be great. Sure. It's a nice case. I mean, I've reviewed a PC in this case. It's super sick. You're going to be able to see it really well. Sure. And it's cheaper, too. It is cheaper. Surprisingly enough. And it's on sale, too. It's $73 less than a King 95? That's crazy. All right. Yeah. No, that's actually a really good deal. You're welcome. So you got the 5080. You have a 7800X3D. 4 terabytes of really fast storage. 64 gigs of DDR5 6000 CL30, which is perfect for that 7800X3D. Works great on that motherboard. 1300 watt ASRock PG 1300G power supply, which is A-rated on the PSU tier list. Yeah, you can upgrade the warranty right here if you want to. So let's save this. Stone Bread, it's a great finish. That's the kind of stuff I like. Absolutely. Love your attitude. Thanks. Still got your B sticker on my PC. Oh, sick. It has been a minute though, Ember. I hope you've been well. Yeah, put that. Just throw that in the Braid Drip channel on the Discord. I want to see that. That's basically where you put pictures of merch or whatever. So I'm adding my tag to the end of this just in case it does the code for you automatically. But that's the link to the system. Let's add this to cart. And see what it comes out to with my discount. SWARM is the code. It might be automatically added for you. This takes off $105, and then you get another $50 off. That makes this 3372 3372, and it's going to be you're guaranteed to get a better motherboard than the one that comes in that pre-configured system. And you're going from an 850 watt power supply to a 1300 watt highly rated power supply. The only difference is you're going from a 7800X3D from a 9000X3D on that one to a 7800X3D on this one. But better motherboard. We don't know we do know the frequency of the RAM, but the appropriate RAM at 60 and 64 gigs of it, 4 terabytes of fast storage, which they both have, but there are upgrades to the system to balance out the slight downgrade from the 9000X3D to 7800X3D, which will perform similarly in gaming. So there you go. Been hiding. I feel that. Sometimes I feel like doing the same. Will be sick for Collab PCs, a Cyber Bray PC that fit in a Blade Runner Cyberpunk setting. I swear to God, I'd buy that so fast. OMG, bro. The problem with that is a custom PC like that, it runs a lot. It's going to cost a lot. Like, and my goal is to minimize the customization that puts my stuff on a collab PC, so that it's something you can easily remove. You know, things like fan grills. So if it's something that we like, UV print or something, like, how are you gonna get that off of there? Crazy RGB. What's up, Tanmay? So for trying to speed test, not sure, but it said 720 megabit per second download, 45 megabit per second upload. No, it's fast, or should be. Told them I wanted a better package instead of the standard. Well, yeah, that's probably gigabit download and 50 megabit per second upload. DJ, that's pretty common if you have. It sounds to me like you have cable internet, right? Coax cable going into the modem. Yeah. Working on coding. Oh, that's awesome. I take a personal low for it. Cyber Bray. Yeah. I do like that. That would be fun. Ember, here's something funny and something I don't. By the way, what do you think, Coda? What do you think about the system? If you could give me a little feedback on that, so I can close this out if we're good to go. Oh, so waiting on mine from Skytech. Said it would be delivered Monday, yesterday, but nothing. Still just says on the way from Cali, shipped on the 24th, and of course today. Gary, you got to understand, it's being shipped during one of the hardest times for shipping, where things do get delayed. And it does require some patience, unfortunately. Once it's out of Skytech's hands and in the hands of the shipping company, we just want them to be careful with it. Like, even if it takes a couple extra days, as long as it arrives safely. Awesome. Thanks for the help. I like that. Hell yeah. Sounds good. So, fun fact, Ember, I was just toying around with APIs, learning relational databases, and whole gobsmack of stuff. That is really cool. Fun fact, Ari, my girlfriend, who is not a tech person, does not want me to talk about my work very often. I get to talk to y'all about it, so I'm not hurting for that. I'm good. But sort of like just says, here, something's messed up on this, please fix it. And I do. Recently, and I'm being chill about this. I'm not getting too into it or getting too excited. I'm trying not to. Recently got into coding and took a liking to it. This is, she does well with like math things like that. It just makes sense. So coding has sort of just been something that she wanted to try and has been really enjoying. And whenever I'm like, hey, you don't have to learn, C+, you don't have to start with the basics. You can go to something where there's like a lot of the stuff you're learning is the really super basic stuff that is now just copy paste away, and she's, no, I want to learn from the very beginning, like from this. She's on arrays right now. Arrays. And like, it's so crazy to be able to like, I never got too into coding. I wish I had, and I might pick up, doing some HTML stuff and all of that eventually. But being able to talk with her about like Boolean logic and just the real basic stuff, it's so gratifying. Yeah, Ari's great. Doesn't really want to be on streams anymore. Doesn't even want to come in the room when I'm streaming, even if she's going to be off camera. Just isn't really for that. Like for herself. Arrays and tuples. Wait till she starts learning about callbacks and JSON formatting. I was recommending, from what I've read and heard, people who code Python recommend Python and really like it, who have done other languages and stuff before. On Skytech subreddit, FedEx nicked the guy's GPU and RAM, but thankfully he video recorded the unboxing, and Skytech said they would either replace the GPU and RAM or send a whole new system. You're in good hands. Skytech is good. I can't speak for the shipping company. We know how that goes. Just do the same thing. Record your unboxing, okay? I really enjoy Python. That's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing. I built a web page top to bottom with Python, HTML, CSS. Yep. Man, that sucks, but I get it. Tell the angriest of beavers, Mrs. Her. I will let her know. Twiggy Frog, what's up? Always admire programmers and DB admins. I can do hardware all day, but software is my kryptonite. Yep. I remember going to database administration class. I took a class for it, and that teachers will tell you like, oh, there's a good career in this for you if you take an interest. The database administrator. Oh, I have chat not showing. I'm sorry. That's my bad. There you go. The database administrator professor was like, DB administrators make bank. Like, can make a lot, like one of the best paid jobs that you will learn here. If you like this, you're set. Like, focus in, get into it, and you're going to like do really, really well. So, yeah. I built an inventory management database too. Nice, nice. Ooh, Bray, before or after ripping the next pack, check the sheet, page A or B. Will do. Okay. Software makes me puke, but I like being uncomfortable. Although I got 0 jobs in college coding and coding tech anymore. It can be pretty competitive. It can be pretty tough. Especially now. I mean, you go through like kids going through high school or whatever, or getting coding, middle school or whatever. I don't know. Yes, it's cable. We don't have fiber in my area yet. I guess it's coming supposedly. So DJ, what you're going to experience with that is faster download speeds, but the upload speeds will be shorter, which makes a lot of sense because most people don't upload a lot of stuff. They're downloading stuff. I dabbled in programming. Pretty fun. I thought of being eldest kid on who's on the spectrum on it. I thought, okay, I got right. I feel like making his own game program would be dope. That would be cool, yeah. But the other thing is I enjoy CLI in networking, which is slowly getting pushed out of the industry. It's funny. I focus on network administration, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to go into like coding and having to work with like equations and math and stuff. And I know that it's not what it's all about. I know that it's like learning a language too, which I actually do enjoy. But then I got to subnetting, and I was like, this is math. They lied to me. I was lied to. Okay, let's see this. Well, first off, this is done. Oh, that's, of course, the wrong color. There we go. It's this one. Okay. Don't forget, Zach plays next. Please fill out the form if you're looking for help. I'd be happy to help you out. Sorry, Ember, that one got caught for no reason. It's really, I have the auto mod set to be overly enthusiastic there. But then it didn't catch this. Okay, to be clear, guys, please try not to cuss on in chat too much. And I'm mostly speaking to Twitch chat because it shows on the screen, right? And thus it's part of my content. YouTube has been cracking down and just banning people or like deleting channels for no freaking reason. So please be careful with that if you don't mind. Amber, you haven't been here for a while. It's been a more recent issue. If you pay attention to content creators on Twitter and stuff, this has been a huge issue. So it's already hard enough right now doing tech content creation. I could not lose my channel. I can't do it. So I'm trying to overcorrect. But now I have another word to add in manually, so I'm going to go ahead and go do that real quick. Apparently, I have to do it in caps, and I guess maybe it's case sensitive. I don't know, whatever. Can you guys see that? Does that show what I added to block terms? Does that show for you? Or is it just for me? It's just for you. Okay, good. Someone else says you got to min-max the kids' tism, but I wish my parents made me get into useful stuff instead of just being fixated on how many different kinds of bugs there are. It's not a good job prospect. Oh, boy. All right. I'm done waiting. I want to rip a pack here. For those who don't know, it's been a rough time here in the tech space, so I added Pokemon to the Pokemon TCG. I've been ripping packs, having a good time. And between helping people out, like I've gotten some really good full art cards. There's actually getting to be too many. Like some of these that are really not too crazy are just going to go into the Pokédex. But I'm just now getting into the TCG and I'm mostly doing it as a collector. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not gambling with it. I know that it's very difficult to pull. It's very expensive to pull anything that's valuable, of course. But because 2026 is going to be very difficult for tech content creation, I'm going to be creating a channel that is dedicated to Pokemon, both playing retro Pokemon games and Nuzlocke and doing Nuzlocke and stuff, and modded games there's some really fun ones out there, some really cool ROM hacks out there, and also some TCG stuff, ripping packs. That's the stuff I enjoy watching. So yeah. DBS and MS Access. What? Okay, I don't actually know how to read the name here. But okay, hello. Do you think Intel Core Ultra 5, 225F plus 5060, 16 gigs of RAM? I mean, it depends on the monitor, keyboard, and mouse. If it's like a 60 hertz monitor and like a really crappy keyboard and mouse, then probably not. That's probably not that good of a deal. Creative Pokemon said, wait, what? Huh? Said it was influenced by his love of different kinds of bugs. Yes. That's true. Well, yeah. Controversial take maybe, but at Angry Beaver, implementing AI to help troubleshooting coding will help a lot of people with ADHD where they'd usually lose focus quickly. AI can help that longer process to be shorter. That's the thing. AI should be just a tool and a helper. It's not the coder. It's not the person, you know? Okay. Okay. I want to make clear. I do not know how to say your name. Hold on. It's just an ideograph, I guess, but okay. Get the iGPU. What? It'll come in handy to troubleshoot? Oh, I mean, 225F. I'm not big on F-SKU processors from Intel, but okay. Is it from a system integrator, like a company, or is it from a private, like a person? Okay. You can just try copying and pasting it and changing that up. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It doesn't, in no way, like when I say, please be careful, like if you accidentally do it, it does not make you unwelcome here, to be clear. But imagine how you'll feel if you get my channel deleted and I have to not be a content creator anymore. And that's 100% on you. I'm kidding. We wouldn't know because it's just AI doing this. It's AI doing this. And then when you ask for help and it's like, oh, here's a real person. It's another AI. Okay, so let's get to this. Let's get to this. So we're doing Phantasmal Flames. I recently got the Phantasmal Flames ETB. You know, here's something that I forgot to mention. Oh, I got to turn this off too. Here's something I forgot to mention when I did the ETB thing. I forgot to mention pricing. I think I did. Did I mention pricing for those who are here? Twiggy says, Braithorn, I never was into Pokemon, but I got to say, watching open packs has lit my interest. And this old man is thinking about picking up the hobby just for the fantastic art. So thanks for the passion you have in this. Thank you. And yeah, the artwork really gets me because especially in a time where AI art, and so, you know, whatever, we're not getting that discussion. These are all artists making the art for these cards. Okay, did not mention pricing. That's going to be important. So I'm going to record that real quick. And at least it's going to be a recording for the audio, because we have some like things that we can use as B-roll. So now I got this ETB from GameStop for about $70. That is about $20 more than what the MSRP should have been. So if you can't, if you don't want to spend the extra, don't. Try to find products at MSRP if you can. Sometimes you can find some things like this at Target or Walmart, but it's kind of hard to get. It's getting easier, but it can be hard to get. Just don't pay anything over $100 for a recent ETB, for sure. Pay whatever you're comfortable paying and no more than that. Okay, there we go. That's just a little recording just for that fact right there. Honestly, $20 over MSRP isn't the worst I've seen. And it's, you know, the industry has not healed yet. It's healing. More like AI fart. Got him. Oh, damn. Damn. Shanala. Okay, we'll probably do a couple right now because I've been, yeah. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks again. Let's go, nerds. You got DJ. Thanks for hanging out. No, I'm good. Thank you, Angry Beaver. Are we talking about the cards? The card thing for ETB pricing? It'll be in the short, but ETBs are supposed to be about $50 with 9 packs and the little bonus things. But you'll see scalpers selling them for $150, $200, things like that. Don't do that. Do not pay that. Now, if it's something like a Scarlet and Violet 151 ETB from like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, whenever that came out, yeah, it's going to be expensive. And I want 151. So I'm going to be at least buying like some packs of it. But I don't want to do loose packs because they can get scanned. And it sucks. So we'll see. Shanala is the mod for silver. That is correct, Tanmay. That is correct. Okay, let's get into this. All right, opening up some more Phantasmal Flames. And RGB's giving us some luck here. Thank you, buddy. Let's see what we get. Again, no guarantees with this stuff of what you're going to be getting. So didn't pull too much other than a couple EX cards. But as a reminder, I am trying to do the entire National Pokédex. So I'm going to be excited about cards that you might not be. And that's okay. And also, I just get excited when I see really cool art. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Okay, pack trick should be 1. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's as far as it goes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's do 1 here. That's going to be our energy. And yes, lightning energy. We got Apom. Already have Apom. Again, this is mostly for building the National Pokédex. So I'm trying to get all 1,025 Pokemon. And we're getting there. Ghastly, already got. Nimble. I don't think I have Nimble. Is that a Yukimori card? That's a Yukimori card. Oh, this is my third. I've been trying to get more of these. These are the clay art. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is my third clay art Yukimori card. I am so excited about this. Yes. It is so cute. That is clay right there. That's not drawn or anything. That is great. How are we looking there? That is in focus. Cool. That's going to go to the side here. I do want to have a small binder of just all the Yukimori cards eventually. Piloswine I do not have. Haunch Crow I do not have, I don't think. Archaliodon I do have. Wondrous Patch is a trainer item I don't have. So we have a reverse Battle Cage. That's cool. I like getting trainer cards that are some kind of foil or holo. Yo! Hold up! I didn't mean to do it like that. That didn't work, actually. Yo, we got a. Hold on. What is this? We got a full art Meowth, or is this a SAR? It's very difficult to tell what they are, but this is a gorgeous card. Like, I never remember what these are. It's the single gold star, whatever that is. That is awesome. And I did not have a Meowth card yet. I'm really excited about this. And we have a Hollow Suicune. So very, very nice. I don't think I had a Hollow Suicune. This is insane. This is super cool. I need to make that hit scene again, apparently. And there it is. Okay, there we go. Now, is this valuable? I have no idea, but it's awesome, and I love it. It's a cat. It's in a tree, but it happens to be a Meowth. I love this. Hollow full art. Generally, I go by rarity, which is you'll have one gold star here for like something that is an ultra rare, and then there's like a super ultra rare, whatever, if it's 2 gold stars. But yeah, that is awesome. Like, you're not guaranteed to get full art cards when you get an ETB. As far as I understand, English products don't have guaranteed hits like you do with, something like a, what is it? The bundles, whatever. A box with multiple packs in it, like from Japan, you can get certain guarantees. With English products, you don't really get that. So this is going to my full art collection, getting a top loader here. And yeah, eventually the goal is going to be to have all full art cards, if they have it for that Pokemon, for the entirety of the National Pokédex. But man, I love this. So that is getting added to the full art card collection right there until I get a special top loader binder. They're just going to be stacked up here. But top loaders are great for protection. So that's one pack down. Let's do another one. Yeah. We might have peaked a little too soon on this one. Yeah, no, I have an app for that. It is I have a couple apps for that. But because I don't really care about the monetary value too much, thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. Got that luck? I don't know, maybe. Go Team Rocket. Okay, you got it, Empire. You got it. We'll see you tomorrow night for New Year's Eve. Guys, I am streaming for New Year's Eve, by the way. I usually use them to keep track of everything. Yeah, and I will be doing that. But the thing is, what I have to keep track of everything is a spreadsheet made by the one and only Natty the Panda. Yukimori manages to make the Pokemon style so well on clay. It's amazing. It is. It has to be Joltik full art. I need to see that. I would love to get a Yukimori full art if they are a thing. What's up, Onwar? How's it going? As you can see, to catch some of the commentary, I did add chat right here. So the vertical video can be like here, or it can shift over here, or you can shift over to me. Pretty cool. But look what I just pulled. I'm actually going to look and see what they call this. Just so that we have that as a note. I'm recording right now, but just so we have that as a note. Sorry, I was just messaging Mike there. Right on camera. Sorry, Mike. Let's see. What is it? Rare Candy. It's the one that... hold on. That is so loud. Oh, it's 15 bucks. Not bad. Meowth variant hollow foil. Okay. Here, let me just look it up real quick. Phantasmal Flames Meowth. The Japanese one is worth more. It's like 25 bucks, whatever. I don't care. It's worth more than that to me. So they call it Phantasmal Flames. They just call it hollow foil. Like what? Illustration rare. It's an illustration rare. Got it. Fine. Okay, let's do another one. Another one. It was out of focus. All good. Okay, here. That's in focus. And I know it's in focus because it shows it on my camera. Okay, another one. We'll probably do 3 and call it a night on ripping packs, unless I can go pick up some more tomorrow somehow. I don't want to run out for New Year's. Actually, I do have those 2 Mega Evolution ones still. I'd say at least 3 packs per short would be good. The convo on your phone. That's fair. Okay. Not bad, Simple Green. I mean, again, I'm not selling these. I'm trying to collect, but like that's pretty good to know. Eventually, I'll have like a value on like whatever my whole collection is once I have a collection. But okay, another pack here. Let's go. Let's see what we get. There's our basic energy. Oh, there's a hit. There's some kind of hit there. It's probably just a regular hollow, but we'll find out. Togedemaru. I don't think I have Togedemaru. So that goes in the stack that's getting added. Palmy, I do have. Charcadet, I do have. Murkrow. Look at this Murkrow art, though. That is gorgeous. And of course, onward we'll be able to, and Natty, depending on if you're going to be doing these at some point or not. We can. This should be good enough quality to zoom in. By the way, this is in, this is in 4K in the recording. I think we have Murkrow. Darmanitan we don't have. Lanoon we do not have. The Punk Helmet is an item that I've only gotten once, and we got a reverse Palmo. That might replace my other Palmo. We have a reverse Bronzong and a Holozation, which we did already have. It's just it's hard when you're like seeing the side and you just see this on the side. You're like, yo, what did I get? Yeah. But we did have that Zation already. That's not a problem. Let's do one more pack. That will leave us with 3 more for one last short on this ETB. Let's at least try to keep this a little bit neat. Okay, got our energy. Boltund we have. Sandile we do have as well. Charmander, we have a reverse holo on that. Bronzor we've got. Glycor, I don't think we have. Nice. Cresselia, we might have Cresselia already. So we'll just try to make sure, we'll make sure of that. Haunter, I'm not sure of. Genesect, we do not have other than an EX. We have an EX for Genesect. Keep hearing the Smash Bros. Announcer whenever I see the Pokemon live card just screaming. I need to have a live announcer audio effect. I need to get that. I need to make that. Murkrow reminds me of the movie Coraline. Nice. It's a perfect time for you to check the sheet because I just finished adding something really fun. I forgot. I'm going to check that. I'm going to check it. And Milcery reverse holo. And what's our last one for this? One, what are we getting? Holo Palmot. Holo Palmot. That might be an upgrade for the Pokédex. So in these three packs, we got this illustration rare Meowth, and I am super stoked to have that. I love the art in this. Who is the artist for this? Actually, cannot tell. The art by Uninori. Really, really adorable art. Love to add that to my full art collection. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. We'll go good with your biker mustache and take card. Nice. There's really nice art for that Palmont, to be honest. It is. It's really cool. It's like dreamy. I should honestly, I didn't have RGB give us luck on all 3 packs, only the first one. And guess what? We pulled from the first one. So that was my fault. I did that. Okay. So let's see what Natty is talking about here. Oh, sick. Look at that. Hold up. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. This is so cool. This is super cool. Okay. Look at that, y'all. Like, see, I have to, I don't naturally organize things. I need to force it. I need to brute force it. That's what this is doing, and that makes me very happy. What's up, Jeff Trains? How's it going? And Gary, how are you? So, like, say this APOM is a common. And there we go. Now we have that marked as a common. We will actually have be able to eventually throw in statistics for how many are commons, how many are, uncommon, rare, holofoil rare, reverse holos, full art, ultra rare, secret rare, promos, mega art, EX, megas, and EX. That is cool. There's so many categories. So I know that there's a way. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Google Sheets. I can't make it automatically fit the width of all the options. So you have to click on the column and auto fit the width if you had more. There's more. So I can do, oh, I see the check mark. And I can even add more myself. So if I put like illustration rare, which is what let me get my keyboard back over here so I can type stuff. So if I want to add illustration rare, I could. And like if you look at modern sets, like you have, what is it? Like mega hyper rare is an actual thing. Mega hyper rare is an actual thing. Something like that. Or something like that for the, I don't know, it's crazy. Let's see what it looks like if I do that. Okay, yeah, that's easy. And if I click it again, it goes away. Illustration rare counts as full art as far as I know. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it because as we get them, there's no saying we're going to get one of those for a long time. So as we get them, we can add that. So like now I can look through all of the bulk that came from this, what we just got, and then add it in. And that's really cool. These Archelion, APOM. I already know I got APOM. I've actually gotten pretty good at just sorting by sorting alphabetically just in my hands like this. Real quick. Is that something to brag about? I don't think so, but I just did. So like whatever. Anyway, before I start doing any of that, I need to keep adding to the list here. But that was really boring, and a lot of people left while I was doing that. So I'm not going to do that. Like once I start, if I start doing that on stream, like my Twitch viewership drops immediately under 20. Like that's it. So let's see. Here, I'll go back here for a second. Or let's see. That's crazy. When a set is new, you'll see things like this. Like it was a $60 card at one point. It's crazy. That's why I don't care. Like whatever value you get in a card, it could immediately drop. Look at these. You can get a card this. Look at this Gloom card. $4. $4 for that. And this Wigglytuff with the haunting eyes peering into your soul. And this Bulbasaur is crazy. It's part of a 3-card set, actually. And it's $14. That's really cool. My problem is going to be when I go to card shops in other places, like when I go to San Diego. I know most of the card shops in San Diego because that's where Deep Pocket Monster is from, and he's going to them in every video. I will remember some of those people by name because of those videos. I'm gonna look at like the raw singles there, and just like I'm gonna want some of them because they're just gonna be a great deal. But the whole point of that Pokédex is for me to pull those cards. So I have to not do that. The only reason, look at this Mew EX for $38. It's $38. I'm not spending that. That is a really great Mew card. That Bulbasaur is insane. Like, let's just take a quick look at this. Look at that. So this, you'll have, I think, Venusaur in the center and Ivysaur on the right. And it's a Mega Venusaur in the center. That's not it. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, that's the kind of thing where I would really like to have that. People's attention spans are cooked, though. Well, at least I'm not counting things or like alphabetizing things or anything right now. I'll put the drop down on every page because that is something more immediate you'll use, and then I'll work on putting the TCG player links periodically. You really don't have to do that. Like, leave some work for me. Leave some work for me. I need to do some of this work too. If anything, because I don't want to put more work on Onware that we got to keep the main channel going, and it's going to be harder than ever. So there's also previous content that we need to get out, all this kind of stuff. If anything, if I do have you jump in on some of the short form content, that is going to be more important, I would say. You've already created a tool that is going to help a ton. Though, like, if it all looks like this, I'm totally fine with that. Did I already get all the... yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this off stream, though. Don't worry, guys. Does anybody fill out the form? Yes. Destroyer, where are you at? Are you here? Believe it or not, people will fill out the form and then just, like, jet, and I don't know why. Like, I need to have you here so I can help you. Yeah, I guess I'm going to need to rename the channel soon. I don't know. Wonder if Pokemon cards have full prints like some Magic the Gathering artists do. What you'll get, Angry Beaver, in some sets, you get jumbo cards, which are really cool. I want to see other work Uninori has done. So many of these cards are Uninori. Look at this Raging Bolt. Oh my god, that is so cool. And this Nidoking. I have like 8 of these already, these Latios. A different Raging Bolt or the same one? That's the same. Okay. And this Weavile. Man, that's super cool. I hope they do more art for the TCG. Zarude? Sandstorm? All right. Have you already made the new channel? No, I have not. I still haven't decided, but basically it's going to be Main channel changing to PC Gateway. New channel is going to be Braythorn. And I might add gaming or something into it. I don't know. Magic Gathering has artist proofs and full art cards, but the individual artists have print availability. I would be doped by a print of unique Pokemon card art. Absolutely. Okay. Still waiting on an answer from Destroyer 101K. That was 18 minutes ago. If you fill out the form, you do have to tell me that you filled out the form. Please tell me. You can't just do it and then disappear if I don't immediately answer. I don't have a notification that pops up when you fill it out. I wouldn't know how to set that up. It is. It is a skill issue. It's literally a skill issue. There's no reason to kid about that. I need to up those skills. I do. I have so many energy cards now. Okay, I've put in all the rarities I could find in the drop-down menu, so should be good to go on and paste that drop-down on every page, which should take no time. Awesome. Love copy-paste. It's the best function. Nah, man, people need to be here, not run off like dopes. You come for help, stay for help. Not hard. Yeah, well, let me check if they're still in chat. Hold on. Destroyer 101K5 is the actual full name. It shows you are still in YouTube chat. Please respond. I showed you my form. Please respond. The only soda that I drink that has sugar in it is Baja Blast, and only directly from Taco Bell. It is wholly unique and it's delicious, and I like it. But I shouldn't drink too much of that for sure. Could be that they went to use the bathroom. Not gonna lie, the first time I submitted the form, I held it in for like 50 minutes because I was so worried of missing their time to say I was here. Well, the thing is, if you just chat, if I seen that you have chatted at least once or twice, let me see if they've said anything earlier. Yeah, I don't see them having said anything in chat before. In YouTube. Oh. Hold on. Shanala, is it really Silver's birthday? Is it really Silver Lugia's birthday? I don't know if you're still here. You might be modding over there because of the whole birthday thing. It's okay if you are. No, you're still here. Okay. At least you're or at the very least lurking. Skillshare, everyone knows you can have a purple bucket nearby for this exact reason. I don't know if that needs to be purple. I'm gonna be honest. Well, okay, we're still not close to it because it's more than an hour away. But as long as they're still raiding, we can as long as they're still streaming, we can raid for the birthday stream, 100%. Sorry, I love this part. It's funny. I've had the same, like, maybe 35 songs in this playlist for like 2 years, and I never get tired of them. They're so good. It's just such good background music, but not always just background music. Angry Beaver, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not just. I'm not validating that one. It is in fact their birthday. Okay, well, I guess that makes that decision for me, which is nice. Oh, trust me, I know how it is. I've been listening to the same White Girl Pop playlist for the past 4 years, and I love it. It's valid. I think 3 packs per short is pretty good. We can make that less than a minute and a half. Once again, calling out to Destroyer 101K. It is your turn. Please say something in YouTube chat. Or Twitch chat, whichever but it looks like you're in YouTube chat. Okay. No, Angry Beaver, no. Feel like you're missing a branding opportunity here, Bray. Don't sleep on it. I don't think that. No, it would be RGB. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know what's happening right now. I know what I'm doing, and I'm sorry. We're just waiting for someone to respond, so it's okay. If you ever want to get creeped out, read the Pokedex entries for Drifblim and Drifloon. I kind of want to play Sword again. You know, Sword and Shield. I kind of want to play Gen 8 again. Natty is correct. You should go see a doctor if that's the case. It is not healthy. I can tell you're laughing inside, so goals are met here. I'll be quiet. I'll play along. This is so cool because some of these are Japanese cards where I went and looked up the name if I didn't know the Pokemon right away, and this validates that I was correct in putting it in that order. I can't even tell y'all how many ghost types I got from this giant pack of or this giant bundle of trick or trade packs I got around Halloween a couple years ago. Dwebble. I guess I can just do this now. Might as well. I have it right here. Yay. Calling out again for Destroyer 101K. It is your turn. Please to respond. Please. Yeah, I do already have. Yes. 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 I guess I didn't have that in the I have basically taken all the legendaries I find and I put them in a binder. They're eventually going to go in the full-on Pokédex, so I don't have those in front of me. So I can add this in. The stupidest thing I imagine is going to pee in a totally dark bathroom and you start peeing RGB colors with Caramel Danson playing, and it's making me laugh so hard. It's 2 a.m. I should not be laughing like this. Sorry. You should always be laughing like that. There's only 26 E Pokemon, so that's easy. Espathra. Neat. I promised I wouldn't do this. I did mean it when I promised that. I did mean it when I said it. I thought I did. I'm sorry. Like, what am I going to do? I'm waiting for someone to respond. Like, there's no one else to help out. Destroyer was here. Don't leave. Just be here if you can. If you have to leave, you can let me know. This is a chat with which you can participate. Within which you can participate. Great sentence, dude. Good job. I actually have found myself really enjoying sorting these, which is just... I discovered something about myself. How about that one? Stop. What are you getting caught on? Stop it. IEMs are great until they yank on your ears. What is... I don't understand. They don't usually get caught that often. I'm looking down more than I usually do. That has to be it. Any other Fs? Nope. G. Sure, I'll hydrate. Okay. Not exactly hydration, but... There, it's not cutting off the top of my coconut anymore. That's good. I have a bottle of water here too. Don't worry. There is water in soda. That is correct. That is true. I always picture Gibble having two B's in the name. It doesn't. Unless it does, it doesn't. Right? No. And $9.99. Gimme Ghoul. Nice. And do y'all say Gliscor or Gliscor or Glycor, like I say? Vsauce recently said Diet Coke is 99% water. Yep. It's true. There's this one guy who I watch shorts for. I forget his name, but he's like he's got his degree in nutrition or whatever. He's a nutritionist, and he basically looks at the influencers that don't have degrees and never studied it, who say all kinds of crap, that go to stores and they're like, this, don't eat this, and like damage the product, and like, don't eat this. it's got this and false claims. And he's like, okay, let's set this straight. He's a really cool guy, but he drinks like diet sodas, and he's like, this is okay. Just don't drink gallons of this, and you're fine. The Plant Slant. That's probably the guy. Out of 10. Okay, bye. Did that confirm it for you? I will end you, Cable. There. I think I'm good now. Yep, it's him. Yeah, I like his content a lot. Graphii. Graplocked. 853. This is I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I'm having fun. And it didn't drop to below 20 viewers immediately on Twitch. That's good. I don't know why I worry about that. I'm not losing partner or anything unless I break TOS. $58 is going to be all the way up here. What's up, Growlith? How you doing? I thought I got a gold duck at some point. Where is that? Didn't I get a gold duck at some point? Man, I don't know. Grumpig. 326. This is good. I like it. Okay. All right. And Gumshoes. 735. I can just look there. Why am I not looking there? I'm saying the number. I'm not looking there. Okay. Genesect. I do need that. And I was just doing the G's. Okay. And I already have that Bronzong, so I need to set that aside. Zacian, I do already have. Okay. Wait, I was just holding it. Genesect. There we go. And it's a reverse. Why not? What type of camera are you currently shooting on? Hi. A Rod Bay Area. A-Rod Bay Area. All right, I got the name eventually. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's go, nerds. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I guess I could at least do a little bit of this. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Okay. This camera that you're seeing here is an Osmo Pocket 3. I like it because if I move, it follows me. And it's a much cheaper setup for that than my main camera with the gimbal was when I was doing that. The gimbal is now packed away for when I'm going to be traveling and shooting things like that. This shot right here, hey Rod, is an FX3 because I'm a YouTuber, not just a stream. Like if you're just streaming, you don't need an FX3. This is the actual full shot, but I zoom in because that's just a little bit too much. And yeah, so that's an FX3. That's a cinema camera. You don't need that. Not unless you're going to start a Netflix series or something. Or for a YouTube channel. Up to 32 again. Angry Beaver got to keep up. 31. What? 21K. Beaver, I don't want that. I don't want chat to be going like, brrr. I don't like that. That's not, that doesn't work for me. I would get so anxious and try to read everybody's chats. And that's what I like to do. As long as I can do this full time, I don't need to have big, I don't want that. The only time I'm like, it'd be cool if I had, more people in here is when I raid, because then it's like even more exciting for the person that I'm raiding. But most people, it doesn't matter if I have 15 people or 50. They're like, thank you for the raid. And they get excited and it's cool. That's just a That's just the thing. It's just a neurosis thing where it's like, I want to make it a bigger raid for my friends so they have more fun. I would die. That talked too much. I like to be able to read y'all's 21K viewers with only one chat a day per person. Yeah, it would have to be like 5 minutes slow mode. And it would still be too much. Oh, thank you. Like, I watched Ludwig videos where he has his chat on screen, and I'm like, why do you have your chat on screen? Nobody can read any of this. You're just showing off that there's that many people watching you. Of course he is. It's Ludwig, right? Like, that's normal Ludwig stuff. And normal big streamer stuff. At that scale, you pretty much just glance at emotes. I mean, think about it. How would I help people one-on-one? How would I do that? It would have to be a lottery for me to help you. We don't want that. That would not work for this format. At least we would have more people to help. Right now, I don't. And again, guys, if you fill out the form, please let me know instead of filling it out and then lurking. And I'm not talking about lurking as in you're there, you hear me, but you're doing other stuff. Some people do a hard lurk where it's like, I'm not in the room, bud. I muted that tab or whatever. Oh, one-on-one would be gone. It would be. And honestly, Onward, I've thought about taking some of those one-on-ones that are really challenging or even just the regular ones and making like really editing, because it takes me like sometimes 30 minutes to help somebody, but editing that down with the really important details into a minute and a half short. That would be fun. That'd be cool. But it's hard to like, how do you edit that? What do you show? What's important? Ugh. I've thought about doing that though. Like that would be cool. Okay, so Haunter I have. Okay, I don't have these alphabetical. I should. What the hell did I just do? Why did I do that? Just trying to sort these so that they're very easy to see at a glance. There we go. Oh, hold on. Jeff Strains 4014, thank you for the $10 super chat. Let's go, nerds. You said lurking, lol. I like that. Well, I will say, Jeff, I can't take credit for that. Lurking is a commonly used term for people who they have your stream up or in the background, but they're not really watching or participating in chat. Sometimes it's someone who is watching but doesn't want to be in chat. So lurking is the thing already, but I'll take a little credit. I said it at least. I said it out loud, and that made you laugh, so that's good. Exiled Wolf says, normally lurk and play games while watching. Yeah, but if I was like, Exiled Wolf, hey, I want to say something to you, you would be like, oh, all right, let me go over to chat. And you heard me talk about lurking, so you're listening at least. There's different levels of lurks. Different lurk levels, if you will. And there's some streamers who don't like lurking, and it's like, why? It's viewership. You know, I could see that working is going like you saying the budget with all information of what the person's form answers on the side. So like you saying budget 3,000 with text on the side saying Yeah. Run through the choices and why those choices and the final list at the end with the text going like budget. Yeah. I mean, they allow up to 3 minutes for a YouTube short now. That is plenty of time for that. And if someone gets invested in it, like they're like, oh, that's my budget or whatever, they'll watch to the end. It's also the same with, I think Instagram Reels, but you can't post it as a reel. You just post it as a post on your wall or whatever, on your feed or whatever. And then it gets posted to Reels as well, but the full 3 minutes. It's confusing. I don't even want to think about TikTok. I don't want to do TikTok. Guys, please tell me I don't have to, that I shouldn't do TikTok. Please tell me I shouldn't do TikTok. Every content creator says I should be doing TikTok. Every content creator friend of mine has told me I should do TikTok. They cannot all be wrong. I'm over here debating if I want to sell my 1200 KF. Is there another digit in there you may be leaving out, like 12900 KF? And my 4 sticks of 8 gigs of DDR4. If you're not using them, sure. Takes only a little bit. From my experience, YouTube Shorts is better. I mean, 100% for me. I just want to do YouTube. But Instagram has actually been pretty good. And the reason for that, Onware, is because when we post something that is like, when I did a sponsored spot for Height for the X50, I was able to do a collab with them, and their Instagram does pretty well. That thing got like 18K views or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's at now, but it got a lot in comparison to like 1,500 or 1,600 that I would get normally. So the collaboration option is really nice. Okay, let me just throw the H's in here. There are 34 of those. I'm not looking forward to S. Hippopotas. I'm going to be real. I'm proud of myself because the only time I've ever interacted with TikTok is when my 12-year-old cousin showed her phone on my face to show me a TikTok once. I've never actually used it. I used it very briefly. I have like 2 TikToks. I tried it. I didn't like it. I do have a haunch crow. It is a hollow haunch crow in Japanese. Do I want to put an English one that's common in front of that? No, I don't. I'm just going to keep the hollow one. Bless the Pokemon Company for putting the National Pokédex number on every one of these cards, even if it's very tiny. Wait. Why do I have 2 Houndstones in here? And they're not, it wasn't in the right order. Okay. Oh, well. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, that's it for H. And there's like, I have 2 eyes. Like everybody else, I got 2 eyes. But there are 19 of those. Indeedee and Ivysaur. Number 2 in the National Pokédex. Any other eyes here that are just hanging out that I haven't added yet? Nope. Okay. I feel like this is time well spent for us hanging out. That's a good idea. I should be doing that. I should be using those. When I started doing this again, they hadn't been copy pasted yet. But you do work fast. I will give you that. Let me just do the eyes real quick. Ivysaur is a common. Indeedee is a hollow. I guess that means hollow foil rare, right? Just a hollow card. Like that. No, that's not what I meant to do. Wait, okay, that's reverse foil. Reverse foil, not reverse hollow. If it's just shiny, it's not, and it's not holographic. Yeah, that's what that is. Heracross is common. This is cool. This is cool. Instagram is very good too. Having a larger account does bring extra revenue from sponsored stories and posts. Yep. Well, the main reason I do it is because whenever I'm doing a sponsorship proposal onward, is that I can put things like post on YouTube Shorts and Instagram and Twitter and whatever. If I add TikTok to that, it'll be better. It'll be a little bit more value that way. It's giving me ideas on how to organize my growing collection. Is this spreadsheet a template that can be used by anyone? It's a spreadsheet I made that I'm still working on. I finished making the drop-down menus literally like 20 minutes ago. Cool, so it's a project in progress. Indeed. There might actually be templates for this out there already, and it's my fault that I didn't look for that. I should have. I'll go back through to the other letters and do them later on. But from here on out, I will add the rarity to it as well. Honestly, I'm keep my TikTok only pays me for videos that are 1 minute or longer. All of mine are longer than a minute. Honestly, I'm enjoying working on this spray. I haven't actually sat down and worked on something like this in years. I needed it. I'm happy that you decided to do it. It's really cool. Basically, what would have been beneficial for you, 19 RC, I think, would be for us to like have exported it before I did anything, but you could just clear it out basically. But I believe this can be exported and shared, but I wouldn't want to share the same exact form because any changes you make would be yeah. But if we export it a basic form, then maybe we can share that on the Discord. All right, J. Not a lot of J's here, but that's why I have J and K combined in my collection here. I only have 2 J cards. They're both common, Jigglypuff and Jinx. I can export it, but there's still plenty of work that I'd like to do. So 19. So even if I were to export it for you, it would be very incomplete. Yep. I would wait on it for sure. That is a common. And then we have Kilowattrol as a holofoil rare in Japanese, actually. And then we have King Gambit, holofoil rare. This is making me feel really good about these because holofoil rare is not actually that rare or valuable, but it makes me feel nice that I have that for each of these. I think that's what I think will set to the minimum for each Pokemon. I'd like to have a holofoil rare for every one of them. But then you have Pokemon like Bonsly, where there's 2 cards in any set that's ever been made. There were 2 cards that were made. Not in terms of quantity. I'm talking about the versions of that Pokemon in a different card. I highly suggest you look up those cards. One of them they lovingly refer to as the, well, I'll say, Behold Bonsly. It's very funny. And just weird. Like, why did they draw it like that? That is a common. Kling Clang is 601. 601. And it is a common. I wonder if there's a way I can make this exciting so people don't leave. Oh my gosh, we got to find Coughing, guys. We have 10 seconds to find Coughing. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, there it is. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let me check the forum. Is anybody? Nobody? Nope. And Destroyer hasn't said anything. Nope. So we don't have anybody to help. So we are spending our time productively with my Pokemon cards because I'm 12, apparently, according to that one commenter. Can I just say, I forgot about that card. Oh no. Why is he crying too? Yes, exactly. Exactly. There is a music content creator. What is it? Emily Harp girl or something like that. I forget what her name is. She's really, really, really funny, but she has a binder full of those. It's amazing. I don't think they have a holographic version of that. And like, yeah, right. Like I get it. But can I just say really quick, I want to show y'all Emily Hopkins. Thank you. Man, how do y'all just know every content creator I talk about? Can we just appreciate the art for this Kamala? Look at how cute that is. Look at how cute that is. Okay, that's about right. Thanks for letting me see this, Night of Panda and Bray. It's late here, so I'll be dropping for the night. Have a good stream. You got it, 19? Absolutely. Keep an eye on the Discord, and you might see that, or just come here and ask if we've put it in the Discord. Okay, so that's 775. Is that right? Yes. These numbers are tiny, okay? Koraidon. My dude. I actually have a holo rare of this. It's just not in this. It's in my legendary collection, which I'm not going to keep together. I'm actually going to take any of those that are better than whatever's in the Pokedex and put them in there. But yeah, 552 Crocorock. It is even better filling this out and having the rarity added on. Thank you so much for adding that feature. It's like more satisfying this way. If that was even possible. It was, because it is. And that is a reverse foil. So real quick, just to show you guys what I'm talking about when I say that. So basically, if you see this effect here, that is a holo. That's a holographic effect, right? This is just a foil effect. Well, it's hard to tell. It is like a metallic, shiny kind of effect, like a foil. So when I say reverse foil, that's pretty much what I am talking about. I don't have other ones to show you to emphasize that or whatever. It would be kind of cool if I had a view where I was showing the cards as I'm going through them and doing this, but that sounds like a lot of work just for something that I'm probably never going to do on stream again. And you're welcome for that. Man, out of that trick or trade set, I got some really cool Pokemon out of that, including a Yukimori holo that I hadn't had before, which was a holo Litwick, and I was like, okay, hell yeah, good for the collection. All right, so wait. Why are there... Hold on. What did I do here? Why are there multiple cards in here? That's not good binder behavior. I guess I didn't know... Oh, okay. This is really weird. Okay. Let's see what y'all think about this. So this was in that collection, and there were two Lampent cards in there. And I wasn't sure which art I liked more. This one's more colorful. This one is cooler, like prettier, like watercolor. And these are both from the same trick or trade. Unless it was different trick or trades. Man, I don't know. TWMEN. Wait, what? Why is that different? This is a different set, I guess. What happened? Where did I get this card? An older trick or... Oh, this was from the trick or trade that was given to me by the Pokemon Company guys that were at TwitchCon. So it's a newer trick or trade. So I have them both in there. Who cares? It's fine. That's fine. Wait. Oh, that was earlier, I guess. Where's that Ludicolo? Did I put it in here? No, where is it? Well, there's this one. Have I not been looking through these? These probably needed... Some of these needed to be added. What am I doing? Not those. I already have those. Okay, so here's Ludicolo. Sure. It's hard to keep these all sorted. It is. Sorry. Cool. Now it's in there. All right. Lampent is 608. I need like dramatic music for this. 608, Lampin. Hi, you're common. That's fine. Latios, I think I have a reverse foil of this in my legendary collection. But for now, until I add those in manually, it's going to be the common. Lechonk. What a great name for a pig Pokemon. What a great name for a pig Pokemon. Are you kidding me? No common Pokemon is that one, even though the card is technically common. Lanoon is... Wait, hold on. 264? Okay, it's easier. I mean, it's earlier. Of course, Little Litleo. Common. I got a lot of these when I was pulling cards. I have a lot of these in the bulk. And we got the Yukimori Litwick. I think the holo for that, or the reverse foil for that one, is in the little tiny Yukimori collection I was making. So we got a Yukimori Low Kicks. Where did I put that? Where did I... No, I'm not losing it. I'm not losing it. Where is it? It might be in here. The thing is, I kind of want to keep both of those because I want to have a separate Yukimori collection. That is, by the way, inspired by Purple Cliff because he's the one who does that. And I was like, I want that too. Those are really cool. I know I have a bunch of those. That's fine for the over. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had these. There's my reverse foil Ludicolo that I was looking for earlier. But that you can really see there what the foil is like. It's very shiny. And this Flygon is super dope. This hollow Flygon is really nice. You can't really see it there. Why am I showing it through this camera? Okay. Well, y'all saw me pull those, so there you go. Doesn't matter. You already saw me pull it. Let me put this in the L's, which I have right here. There we go. Now, where's my low kicks? Those are items. Let's go here. Those are energies. Let's go where the energies go later on. No problem. We're not having a problem. We're not freaking out. Stop freaking out. It's just the only other Yukimori card I've gotten in the last, like, weeks. I don't know. I want it. Maybe it wasn't a low kicks. Maybe it was a different one and I'm looking for the wrong name. It's okay to go crazy sometimes. Wow. I love how a lot of cards are completely different art types. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Bone Shock? How's it going? I did a fix so fast and so seamless you didn't even notice me rolling it out. I'm pleased with my performance. Maybe I should go to college for accounting. Dang, what happened? You can say it now. There was a batch of some of the first cards I pulled, I think, and I don't know where they went. That was where that Yukimori card was. I know I set it aside. Don't know where. It's here. It's here somewhere. I'll find it. when I'm off stream, probably. Okay, well, whatever. Let me add these in. The rest of these in. All right, we're on low kicks. 607 I already got. Right, yeah. And then 920, low kicks. There we go. Cool. That's a common. I don't like how I accidentally left reverse hollows and reverse foils when every other category was singular, so I went through the whole sheet and edited the drop-down menu so those are now singular. Nice. Nicely done. Oh, that's a hollow, actually. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I'll get to it. Low punny, reverse foil. That is 428. Is this entertaining for you guys at all? Like, at all. If there's any entertainment in it, I'll take it. Oh, it's not a hollow. It's a reverse foil. Lunatone hollow. What a weird concept for a Pokemon. Yeah, this is a rock that's basically a moon. It's also alive. All right. There's also a sun one too. Okay. That's a hollow, which is cool. And Lycanroc. That is common. I'm enjoying this. It's fun to see something I worked on being used. True. That is unique to you, though. But it's nice that, you know, I get to sort of... You get that satisfaction out of some hard work that you did. I'm down with that. We're just... I guess we're just doing this until... It's time to... Man. It sucks because... Birthday raid, right? But I'm also doing something that's losing viewers. So, but, I mean, for those of you that are sticking around, y'all are the real ones anyway, so it's all good. It's just funny because I am going to have to go back through all of these to put the rarity in there. I should have been doing that as I went. Or I should have waited until that was implemented to do any of this, and that's on me. Magcargo, and this is Ethan's Magcargo. Let me put the Mimikyu in order. So many M's. So many. How many M's are there? There are 79 M Pokemon. That's great. Let me just go in order. I'll do. It's fine. 219. Magma. Stop it. Go away. 126. Okay. Magmortar. I don't like that those two are so separated in the Pokedex. That's annoying. They should have, like, they don't go back and just edit that. 467. I went too far. Magnemite. They really like that first 3 letters there, don't they? 81, of course, very early. Gen 1. Magneton. Magnezone. Mamoswine. Never mind, that's it. It's no MAGs anymore. Common. Okay. Mankey. Gen 1. Mantine. Are we enjoying me just saying these names in a very fancy way? Ah, just a common Mantine. Marowak, but a lowland Marowak. Works for me. Hollow Rapid Strike Marshadow. I have a nicer Marshadow card. I have a full art. I know that, so I should be doing this, but not until I put them in all together will I change that. I'm just going to get that collection of legendaries, go through each one in here and correct that, then add them in. $802. 802. There we go. Hi. There you go. Hello. It's a holo rare for now. We'll call it that. Medicham. Meditite. It's very satisfying when I see them next to each other because I know that's going to look better in. There's going to be a lot of empty spaces in here. And a hollow rare Meganium. That's nice. That's going to be way up here. Not all the way up there. There you are. Holofoil rare Meowscarada, which is great, but that's Gen 9. I'm really excited to see what they do with Gen 10. Like it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be really good. Especially now you have Switch 2, much better hardware than the Switch 1. That should be next year. They should be coming out. I believe they're coming out with that next year. Miltank is like way up here. Where are you at, Miltank? 241. Not way up there, but yeah, sure. Holo rare Mimikyu. Again, another card from those Trick or Trade. Don't look down on Trick or Trade if you're trying to put together a national Pokedex. There's going to be a lot of great ghost types in there. Wait, is Mimikyu? Yeah, Ghost Fairy, right. Yeah, I did have a holo rare Mimikyu already. Oh well. Not that hollow. Well, that reverse foil is not going to be as nice. Misdreavus, because it's like mischievous. That's 200. Why am I coming down here? And that's common. We're making some good headway here. And Miss Magus, but common. Another pairing, another evolution that's like too far away from its original, which is in the Pokedex, which is annoying. It's Mr. Bime, who always sounds like he has a cold. It is cute art for that one. That is some cute art. So many of these. Oh my God. 749. Mudbray. And then Muck is 89. Yep. Gen 1. And I did have a Murkrow. Was I looking at another Murkrow? No, it was Honchkrow. I was looking at another Murkrow. Which art do I like more? See, these are both common, but I think I like the art of this one more. But I think that this is a better card for TCG in terms of attacks. I think my mic's been too far away from me for a while there. But I like the art on this one a lot more. So what should go into the Pokédex? The one that looks better. Neat. Did I get Milcery? $868. I don't think I did. I didn't. Because I didn't have it in the thing yet. There you go. Welcome to your new home. And there's an ad break. Oh boy, I'm killing my viewership. Jesus Christ. Okay. What I should do is put a picture of some computer stuff or an article or something on the screen and then just start yelling. And then everybody's going to come back. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have a reverse foil Milcery. Why didn't I put that in there? Same card, but reverse foil. Sure. Or change the stream title to Ram Price's News. Yeah, I know. Yeah. There we go. I'll do the rest. I'll do the rest later. I will do the rest later. In fact, why don't we look at RAM prices? Oh, God. We have to have the heater on here in the house, and it's just so bad in this room when I have two computers running. Ugh, it's so hot in here. Okay, let's go to... Who was it earlier who was like, is PC Part Picker good? And they spammed that a couple times. I'm like, yeah, it's about... It's a pretty simple tool. Like, why would it be not good? All right, let's take a look. Memory. So let's see. What if we look at 32 gigs DDR4 versus 32 gigs DDR5? 2 by 16. Lowest price. Are you serious? It's $165 for 32 gigs of DDR4. Okay. Well, like, well, that's $2133. If it's 3200 CL16, that's $170. That's not bad. I mean, look. It's better than $400, right? Now, if we change that to... Oh, I guess I have a parts list here. Hold on. Okay. Because it had compatibility stuff going on. So about 170. Now, if we go DDR5, 32 gigs, lowest price is going to have... Oh God, 40 CL46 DR5 5600 is not good. But if we start getting to DR5 6000 CL36, $324.97. That's $100 kit of RAM. That's still doable though. That's still doable. God, that sucks. I'm getting angry. Oh, look at that. We went from 17 to 24. Look at that. I spent a couple minutes yelling about like not even. I was just ramping up. Get it? Ramping up. Do you get it? Do puns work too? Does that work too? Okay. If we look at the lowest cost, here we go. DDR5 6400 CL32, $321. Oh, it's the Crucial Pro. Because they're committed to gamers. Did y'all watch that video? Hilarious. They released this like a month or two ago. Talk about how they're committed to gamers and their commitment to gaming and gamers. And then in a month, they shut down Crucial. Like, they launched this, and then a month later, shut down, or announced they were shutting down Crucial. Like, they had to know that was coming. It's the last thing out the door, you know? I even like the look of the heat spreaders. Like, that looks good. For a non-RGB build, it looks great. It's up to $490. Screw you, Newegg. Screw you. Look at this. You have nothing keeping you from putting this at the same damn price as Best Buy. What is wrong with you? Newegg can just like not my. That's what Newegg can do. Respectfully. Why is Newegg so bad, though? I had literally no idea what it was even before joining the stream. They were a good vendor until they were bought out, and then they just corporatized everything like crazy. There's crazy turnaround for the C-suite, so they keep losing executives, putting new executives in, things like that for different aspects. They actually got caught scamming Gamers Nexus. Like, they got Gamers Nexus sent back a motherboard for RMA, and like Newegg made up a bunch of crap about it. Gamers Nexus flew out to California to the Newegg offices After like pinning them to the wall with a video, they talked to them in their boardroom, and like it was ugly. So Newegg has supposedly been on their best behavior, but here's what happens every time there's a problem. Every time there's a shortage, Newegg flourishes. They will artificially inflate prices before and for longer than anybody else. They are literally the bad guys. They gleefully do this. They're like, oh, yes, hard time for consumers, good time for us. Let's start up the Newegg shuffle. Time to sell some dusty old components people don't want, but they have to buy if they want to get the thing they actually want, and they're still paying a ridiculous price for it. When RAM starts to actually run out, like you actually can't buy it, or it's very hard to buy it, Newegg is in their element. When that happens, they're throwing a party, man. They took advantage of so many people during the GPU shortages. It was ugly. It was so ugly. Yeah, well, they never came back, but okay. But yeah, Newegg is like demonstrably one of the worst places to buy stuff when times are tough. They make it to where they're the worst, but sometimes they're also the only. Like this is inexcusable. They have to know that Best Buy is undercutting them by $100, $100, and it's in stock and ready to ship. They have to know that. They do not care. Why? Because so many content creators are sponsored by Newegg that people just think it's like the main option, and they don't shop around. Simple Green is correct. Newegg used to be great. In the Newegg and Tiger Direct days, Newegg was pretty damn good. I also miss Tiger Direct. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Anyway, woo, did I just come in for a rant? You see, guys, it works. It does work. You missed out on some exciting content of me slowly and boringly organizing my, but well organized list of the Pokédex. But you know, it was time to look at some RAM. XL Wolf, I had ordered a Lian Li 011 mini combo with the Lian Li power supply from Newegg, and the PSU in case was used when it was listed as new, and they fought me tooth and nail in the refund. They will do that. Newegg is your last resort. If you can't find it anywhere else and you can only get it on Newegg, at that point, you're using them, not they. It's not them using you. And even then, it could still be something used like that. Amazon, I can understand. Newegg is dedicated to tech. So, yeah, use caution. And they have an in-house system integrator company. So, don't buy those. Do not buy from them. Boy, I was so delighted to see that ABS get a decent review from Gamers Nexus in terms of pre-built. Like you have to include the context of where you're getting it from, who owns that company, and what kind of company that is. Considering it was Gamers Nexus, and they were like, "Yeah, this is Newegg's own in-house brand." Like that's points off, bro. That is points off. But all they care about at Gamers Nexus with their pre-built reviews, love Steve, love Gamers Nexus. Their pre-built reviews are garbage. They're not great. They're not garbage. Sometimes they're fine. Okay, but a lot of them are garbage because they ignore things like customer service responsiveness being good. They will still roast a brand for that when there's a mistake in the PC, which is like mistakes happen or things break. How does the company handle it? That's what matters to an actual customer. To us, tech-savvy people, no, do your job right, sure, I guess. But no, to an actual buyer, how the company responds when there's a problem is what actually matters. And they ignore that. And here, also, like, you're looking at a company that demonstrably gives terrible service, is terrible about returns and RMAs, was on their best behavior for a while, but who knows? Now it's a shortage, so they can do whatever they want. Like, how do you not consider that? How do you not consider that? Am I crazy? Anyway, listen. It's Silver Lugia's birthday. Let's go in and wish Silver Lugia a happy birthday as a shiny hunt in Legends ZA. And thank you guys for hanging out with me for this. And come back tomorrow night. It's New Year's Eve. We're having a little party. Not really. We're just doing more chatting and talking. Maybe I'll play some games. We'll do some games. Something like that. Maybe some Jackbox with chat. That'd be kind of cool. So, yeah. I haven't planned anything. Oh, my God. But we'll see you guys tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. Central. But for right now, let's go wish Silver Lugia 860 a happy birthday. I would much appreciate it if y'all join me for that. And if you don't, also, okay, that's fine. But even if you got to go, at least say something nice, a little quick happy birthday, and Jet, if you need to, maybe drop a follow if you like Pokemon content. And if you're still here, I guess you do somewhat. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll see y'all tomorrow for New Year's Eve. Until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!